my robe. Turning off the phone speaker.
Okay, we got Uncle John is here, Gus is here, Kyle Lusk is here. All right. Now, if I shut down on you guys, I have an outlet problem. So, earlier, it just shut off on me, so I put it on an outlet that I can see that's live, but I think my son checked out the battery down here, and it's not hooked up right. Something ain't right. So, okay, if I fall out, that's what happens. Jag is here. How's it going, guys?
Going great.
All good. We're getting snow.
I wish
Yeah.
we.
Oh,
They're telling us 6 to 8 inches.
Nice. Yeah, we're super dry. I'm kind of worried, actually.
I know a few people that'd be glad they got 6 to 8 inches.
Oh,
They love the snow. What can I tell you?
well, they should aim a little higher. Anyway, yes.
Frankie's supposed to get a good dose out of this, and
Yeah,
Hitman's gotten more than anybody in the country, I think.
I don't know, Cranky. I don't know if he's getting. I'd have to look at the weather map.
Michael is
Philadelphia, that part of New Jersey, just east of there. Supposed to get a good amount.
okay. We got Michael is here. Hey, Michael. So we might get little trucks back because Trump mentioned it, and he said
Yeah.
he was over in Japan, and he thought they were cute, and his words. And so let's go ahead and do simple little trucks again without any crap on them. Just give
Oh,
me
right. Yeah.
I
I'd
don't
love to have a
know.
little mini trucks back.
Watching the weather map, the live map, it doesn't look like Cranky's getting nailed.
Vanessa Kitty's here.
It's above him, I think.
Yeah, everyone on your side is getting all the snow. We're the ones supposed to have snow, not.
You're supposed to have a real dry winter from what the weathermen are saying.
Well, I just filled up on propane, and probably won't need it then. And I was stressing that he would show up before, he hits a snowy driveway. He can't make it up here. So
Good deal, Vanessa. Good luck with that.
yep. Let's see. Kip is here. Okay, so I'm watching a video on an old Datsun or Nissan, 84 or something. And the guy had some problems. The mechanic is trying to fix it on a video. And one of his problems was, this is hilarious, he didn't know if the four-wheel drive was working, 4 and 2-wheel drive. It wasn't right. Something wasn't right. And this whole thing, everything the guy did, and his defrost wasn't working. Defrost was a blown fuse. But as far as the shifter for your high and low four-wheel drive, the knob was somehow turned backwards. Okay, so it's telling him the wrong gears to go in. And so the mechanic just turns the knob around. Poof! Oh. The only pain in the ass on that truck was you had to take the carb off to adjust the idle speed because the screw is really stupid under there and you can't get to it. But other than that, he fixed up the guy. But I thought the knob being backwards was hilarious.
One of our service trucks is a Chevy Colorado, one with the V6 in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thermostat's sticking.
Mm.
Well, to get to the thermostat, Chevrolet engineers, the genius that they are, put it in the valley. So we have to take the whole intake manifold off
Oh
just
my
to get
God.
to the thermostat. So when you buy the thermostat, you get a whole parts kit. It's like a vacuum line and 6 gaskets for the intake manifold. It's like, really?
That's as good as the starter inside the intake manifold.
Oh yeah. Well, the Europeans are doing that crap.
Miss Kitty, that is a Datsun Sunshine made from 71 to 94, but you can't get them here. That's in Europe. So they kept the retro looks all the way up to 94.
Wow.
Yeah. So let me get out of here.
I love those old trucks, the old
Yeah.
Datsuns, and the Mazda B2000 was my favorite little truck.
Which the V
The Mazda B2000, you could beat the hell out of them and drive them for 400,000 miles, and
the Toyota with the R21 engine.
Yeah,
you can't beat that engine. That engine was overbuilt. It had like 5 main bearings, and it looks like a Brat. Yeah, that's what I thought. It looked like a Subaru Brat or something, but Subaru copied, obviously. I don't know the Subarus came out, the little wagons. I remember guys that worked with had a brand new one. That could have been late 80s. I don't know. Does anyone want to Google and see when the Subarus first came out? Their little all-wheel drive wagons or whatever.
I don't know. Those Brats were good-looking trucks back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
The seats in the bed rotted out.
Oh yeah, in the back. The ones in the back bed.
Yeah, they had 2 seats in the back, and they had like hand grips for people
Yeah,
to hold. No belt, 2 hand grips.
I wouldn't want to ride in the back of one of those. That's not so safe. Did anyone see the airplane that landed on a car on the freeway?
No, I didn't see that one. What was that?
Yeah, the engines went out or whatever. Both guys in the plane were 27 years old, or 21, 27. Anyway, they had to do emergency landing, and if it wasn't for this one old lady in the car, she was driving a Celica, a Corolla. If it wasn't for her, they would have been fine, but it landed exactly on top of her, and then kind of went like this. And luckily, the propellers were just free bore, so they didn't chop her in half. She lived, and both pilots lived. No major injuries.
Everybody's got a story to tell now.
Yeah. So let's see. Garage Guy's here. Hey, Garage Guy. Yeah, I got to find out what's going on with this battery.
You didn't find one under your tree yet?
Well, no, I think the reason it's not charging right now, I'm like on empty, and I came back from the garage and this thing shut down on me, and it's plugged in, so I don't get it. Let me text my boy and see if he took the battery out to see what model it was.
If the charger isn't working, there's one, and if the battery's not getting charged, maybe the cable from the charger. I don't know.
The charger is warm. And I know I'm plugged in now because I have one of those extensions with the lit switch. Patriot Paul is here. So yeah, if I dive off of here, I might not be able to get on because you only get like 4 or 5 minutes. I don't know. To do your own thing if you bumped yourself off. Okay, so you saw that. Yeah, fuel starvation. Oh, okay. Thank you, Gus. Yeah. So hopefully we can get little trucks back at like 14 to 20 grand, depending on 4-wheel drive or whatever. Just give me a heater and a plug-in. I don't need a radio, just a plug-in for the phone. You know, use the phone for sound, throw 2 speakers in the door. I'm happy camper. You know, fuel injected this time, so it's, yeah. Let's see, Thorzak is here. But yeah, if they go to a small, reliable engine, which Toyotas have, Hondas have, just do that engine. You get way more poop than you used to get, and it'd be awesome.
They need to do like a Isuzu, you know, that Isuzu 4-cylinder diesel they put in the box truck for the last 20-something years, 30 years. They've never changed it. The sucker run 500,000 miles. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know, and just keep chugging away.
Yeah. But everyone's dying for the small trucks. Everyone wants them, and nobody's doing it. Must have to do with emissions and safety and all this crap. But hopefully that'll turn around now.
Well, yeah, he said he's cutting back on all that stuff that's making the cars so expensive with that.
Oh yeah, the Obama shut off and
Yeah.
intersection shut off crap and.
Yeah, I can't do 60 grand to 100 grand for a truck. I'm sorry, I just can't. That's a house.
I know.
In what world? In what house? In what world?
It used to be a house.
It used to be.
It was the
30
Palisade,
years ago. Yeah.
Hyundai Palisade I bought. It was the lowest, the least model in that class was 35 grand.
Mm.
You know, the least amount of features. It's all features. It's like sunroof, you know, $3,000, $5,000 more, all ridiculous numbers. I didn't even want four-wheel drive. I said, why can't I get one without 4-wheel drive? He says, well, we don't really buy them that way anymore. I says, well, you're ordering them, right? He goes, yeah, well, order me one.
Yeah, Vanessa, though, you can't haul stuff on an electric bike. That's, you know, you got to have a bed. Anyway, yeah. So, what else is up? What's up, guys?
Oh, just loading some 30-30 and got the firewood that's stocked in for this cold snap we're having for the next 3 days. So
you're using Hornady bullets?
Yeah, it's the FTXs for 30-30.
Okay.
So you got a pointed bullet now for 30-30 with the rubber tip on them. And you load it with lever revolution, and at 250 yards, I got a 5-inch drop. So it makes 30-30 quite the little gun now. You know, shooting over 200 yards, you'd have you'd have 13 or 14 inches of drop at 200. Well, at 250, we've got 5. So 5.5, something like that. So Twine shot that big deer last year with one of these, and he was 260 yards, something like that. I said, put your horizontal crosshair on even with his back. The other one was straight down his front leg. She hit him twice at 260 yards. So the first time he just kind of cinched up a little bit. I said, hit him again. He went about, I don't know, 20 yards, laid down in the woods. Beautiful deer.
Yeah, 30-30 probably still holds the record for most deer.
Oh, yeah, most deer killed.
Mm-hmm.
And that new powder lever revolution and these bullets, that's quite the combo. It brought her into the modern world. So, I mean, you now got your pointy bullet for a 30-30. So
I'll trade you, Vanessa. We're getting 3 to 7, depending on where you are on the island here.
I call 1 inch a dusting.
No
I don't even bother plowing.
snow here. It's just getting into the teens.
You know, we're going to be 19 or 18 tonight. And, oh, no, that's tomorrow. Tonight's going to be like 32 degrees right on that edge. So we're going to have slush and ice and whatever.
Bobby Barlow is here. The cedar shouldn't be touching that tip anyway. It's touching around the bullet, depending on what cedar you have, you know.
I've got the collet, the Hornady collet. It's Hornady dies. So, you know, they sell, well, the insert for specific bullets. So Bobby Barlow was asking that question. How do I keep them smashing?
Pat is here. Hey, Pat. Yeah, it's pretty warm here. I mean, what's it showing here? Yeah, we're in the 50s.
It's been great the last 3 days. We've been in the 50s and low 60s, and here we're getting to it's not supposed to get above freezing. Now it's gotten below freezing until Tuesday morning. So I'm sure Tuesday we'll get a few calls, frozen pipes thawing out. Oh, got water running my house. Or I left my garage door open. And there are hot water heaters in their garage. So.
Oh. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I don't think we put a blanket on ours at the other house. This one's in the basement, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I can't remember if we had a little blankie on it or not. And of course, the pipes were insulated. Fuzz is here. Hey, Fuzz.
My water heater's in my garage, and I converted the pipes to PEX. So they were CPVC. I'm like, no, no, I ain't doing that.
Looks like Fuzzy has the old school electric blanket, 15 cats. There you go. Old school. Environmentally friendly electric blanket. Until they make methane in the cat box. All right. So, Andrew, did you go shooting? No.
Yeah.
You did? All right.
Yeah. It was 38 degrees on Wednesday. About 18 to 20 mile an hour wind. I was definitely going out to do some 1,000-yard targets.
Curveball them in.
Yeah, I aim at the one 5 targets to the right, and I might hit the one I want to hit. Yeah, my shooting's over unless we get a heat wave. I've been cleaning up the garbage. Men hate me. I'm throwing out so much crap.
Oh, looking down the shell cases. I set the bullet, drop them in the gauge, and then I'll come back and crimp them all after I'm done.
Yeah, I'd like to find a beater 30-30, but I don't want to. Well, I don't want to do more dies. I guess the bullets are easy because you can use a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah, anything with flat nose and 30 cal, you can cast for it.
Mm-hmm.
But these are hunters, and it's not an expensive gun to load for.
No. And the Hornadies are fair price too. You know, for
Yeah,
hollow point, ballistic tip, whatever. They've always been pretty good price compared to other people.
$40 for 100 of these. And they got a real soft lead in them.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, you bring up 30-30 and guess who shows up? Georgia boy.
Georgia boy.
How's it going, Georgia boy?
There's an old stranger. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, it's lurking tonight.
Preacher posted a short duck hunting. I think that was this morning.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Shoot him on the water.
Looks like he was having fun. I don't know how he's retrieving them, but you know, I didn't hear no barking or anything.
He takes a fishing rod with him. And there's a floating plug up there.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it's good to see Georgia boy.
I grew up duck hunting, and I miss it. That's why I don't get into turkey hunting, because you get to calling those birds, and they call back and react to what you're doing, and all that. It just gets your blood warm.
Mm.
Georgia boy, 30-30 and 380.
What'd you say, 380?
He loves shooting those little 380 pistols.
I thought he liked the Smith & Wesson 9mm.
Well, he likes them all, but I remember there for a while he was shooting a lot of 380.
Oh, okay, I don't remember that. Did you get a little max or something?
Oh,
What 380 do you have, Georgia boy? We thought we were done with them, and now. Yeah. Talk about cheap to load for is 380.
yeah. Primer's the most expensive thing you put in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. As long as you got the brass, not much powder. Except for the brass brands vary all over the place, though. I think I have a trimmer for a 380. A little over the top.
The brass actually stretch.
Okay, so he's got the LCP and the Max. Yeah, I think your son got the Max or something like that, now that I recall. Yeah. Yeah, the Max is so cute and cuddly and fits anywhere. Don't even know it's on you. Great backup pistol. Yeah, see, there's another cartridge.
Another old standby right there.
Yeah. I should have bought that handy rifle in 243 that was at the pawn shop. Just more dies, though. So, Yeah.
The humidity so low, I was in the shop using the belt sander on a knife I'm doing for a Christmas exchange, and it was shocking me. I mean, just pow, pow, pow. I'm like, I'm done. I thought the motor was shorting out. It was just static. It was popping me.
Yeah, I have a 1-inch belt sander that'll do that to me too. And it's like,
Yeah, yeah, that lights you up.
yeah. I thought it was a bad ground or something, but it always does it. Pat is stuffing his face with real nachos, real melted cheese, carne asada, beans, and guac. Oh, thank you, Pat. Thanks for the torture. K6. Wait, what is the K6? Is that the revolver? Or is that new? They have a new little semi-auto now too. Jerry had the revolver. We shot it here in the backyard.
Had.
My sister carries a Kimber 9mm, and boy, that all metal. That's a nice shooting gun. Not snappy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, now Kyle's trying to torture me with Chinese food. Mm-hmm.
I did chicken fried rice, made homemade tonight.
Oh, it's an airweight snubby. Huh. Okay, I haven't seen stuff from Kimber lately, so Jerry's was an all steel 357. I don't know.
I gave Susie's 38 to one of my sons, that little plastic 38 snub with the barrel liner in it. That's a snappy little gun. It has no hammer on it.
Are you talking the Ruger LCR or the Taurus copy?
No, it's the Smith, a hammerless Smith.
That's plastic.
It's a composite frame with the line barrel, and of course a metal cylinder. But boy, it's a snappy little gun.
Maybe it was Smith that copied the Ruger. I don't know. I thought Taurus did it too, though, with a bodyguard.
I'm sure they all have one. She wanted one she could shoot out of her pocket or out of her purse, so I got her hammerless and wanted a revolver. Here you go.
Oh, let's see. Yep. Yeah, no, I'm out of room. No more. No moss. Even though I saved my old rack, so I could do more than 12. I think I have 12 turrets now. The last one was 44 Russian. But yeah, I guess it depends on finding a deal on a gun that's 243 or a 30-30. And in 30-30, I want one beat up, scratched up, ugly, on the horse all the time, in and out.
You want a brush gun, yeah.
I want one that looks just beat. As long as the price is a beat price. You know. Let's see. Tactical Fud is here. Hey, Tactical Fud, 6-shooter Texans here. That milk drawer thing. We were talking about engineers earlier. I know the fridge is in a trailer and you can't like swing the door all the way open, but my gosh, just make it snap on so you can adjust. He had to adjust a shelf so it takes gallon milk jugs in his, in his fridge in his trailer. And I was like, oh my gosh, you got to take the door off and everything. Couldn't believe that, but yeah, engineers. But once you do it, it's only done once, so whatever. Yeah. It was interesting though. And your pellets, the pellets before last, those would be my go-to pellets if they're cheap, because he shot a one whole group with it, and we're talking one whole group. Now, I think that was the best out of all your Wad Cutter Wednesday things you do. That would be my go-to pellet for that gun anyway. And you already know that, I'm sure. So, I got 4 lever action 32s. They all shoot the same load. Yeah, it's nice. Back here a little bit. Okay.
Georgia boy, you need to try this Hornady FTX with that Lever Revolution powder behind it. You'll change your load, I promise you, for a hunter.
Let's see. Hobbies is here. Hey, Hobbies. Yeah, I think I have boxes that have like 5 bullets in each box, and they're for 30-30. They're soft point ball type rounds, 30 cal. I was just gonna throw them in a blackout and get rid of them, but some are really old boxes too. Oh, okay. All right. So we got her done. And what about eggnog jug? Same height. 116. Okay. And he walked away.
You're talking about old boxes like this? The old Sierra box with the metal on the corner. I got 4 boxes of these 44s.
Yeah, I can go.
The red's even oxidized on them.
Yeah, I can go grab some. They're really antique logos, everything on those boxes. But anyway, Georgia Boy said that's his favorite hunting load, 160 grain FTX, 35.5 grains of Evolution.
Yeah, that's the bullet I'm shooting, but I'm doing 37 grains.
Oh.
$4 a pop.
That's actually cheap.
Yep.
Wow. As far as the beer goes, I don't know. 6-pack. Okay. Huh. $4 a pack. That's cheap in today's prices. Oh, no.
Did you go to the PX to get that, Dave?
Yeah, well, you buy stuff that's on sale. That's why right now it's a good time to buy anything AR stuff or anything like that. There's certain things that, man, I was just looking at a T-Sauce bobtail 45. It's like 3 something. Anyway.
I can't wait to see the craziness on suppressors come January.
Yeah, but we need to get them off the registration so we can make our own. You just buy the parts. You can buy the parts on eBay, whatever, and throw it
Oh,
together.
yeah.
3D print it and chuck it when it's dirty. Like at 22, we would just 3D print them and chuck them once they got dirty. Don't even bother cleaning. Just chuck it. You make the monocores and then have them inside a tube. So throw the monocores away. Anyway, they're working on it. Get rid of that registration.
Yeah, that'll have to go through the courts, I'm sure.
There's a lot of congressmen that are signed up for it.
Still, there's still enough bureaucrats in the system to make us wait.
Yep, there's still gridlock and bedrock. The government is such a cluster. I'm glad they caught all that stuff in Minnesota, all the fraud on.
Yeah, I just want to see people go to jail.
I know, that's the thing.
They freaking Letitia James, or whatever the hell her name is here in New York, twice now she's getting off.
Yeah, it's like they got armor. I don't.
No, it's the grand jury that decided the case. All right, they're saying is they all must be rooting for her, but take out Trump things. So they're just like saying no. And they've got the freaking evidence. How can the grand jury be so stupid? How can they not see it?
They should have prosecuted her in Virginia, wherever the house was.
Yeah. Well, whatever they did, the first prosecutor, they dismissed her. They said she was past her time frame that she had to take care of the case, 120 days or some shit. That was the first one. This is the second one she's getting off on now, that they went after her again with other stuff. And they have all the proof, the documentation, the whole 9 yards. The current grand jury says we don't see it.
They'll wait till just before midterms before the real charges come out. They got it in their, where they have evidence, they're going to keep it in their pocket till right before the midterms and politicize all that crap.
Yeah, but you know what? It just these judges that are involved and stuff is just ridiculous. How they're allowed to even do what they do.
Wow, that's crazy. I think an 18 pack is like $20 here. $18. Smokes are expensive though, so that's why I roll my own.
I bought Buffalo Trace for $29 last week. I bought all 3 bottles that were on the shelf.
Yeah. What else has been going on?
I've just been trying to get the second location opened up. We got all the sheetrock's done, textured paint on the inside. We got 3 days of warm weather coming later this week. We'll get the outside painted. Paid for signs, all that. So it's starting to come together. We got the van wrapped, spending money like a oh God.
Yeah. Well, should be doing okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a good location.
And the economy is going to be doing better, and especially if people get a $2,000 check, which should go to the deficit. But if everyone gets a $2,000 check, there's a little extra for them. Gas is coming down. unless you live in California. I just saw it was like $6.
They're shutting down another refinery.
Yeah, what the hell? Some,
Pat's happy about that, I'm sure.
yeah, some places it's under 250. I think the average is $3 a gallon now.
We're at 275, and somewhere out west, I don't know what state, they were showing 199.
Cheapest I've seen was in Joplin, about 229, something like that.
That would be awesome. That would be like back in the, yeah.
Hey, Jim, what do you pay for propane out there? I know you buy a lot at one shop, but what are you paying?
Summer prices, I've paid as low as 99 cents a gallon.
Holy shit.
And however, last time was more. And then during winter right now, it's like at its highest, it was 187, something like that.
I'm switching my propane tank company because they decided that people that don't use enough of it, they're going to start charging you a leasing fee. I said, well, you can keep your leasing fee and you'll be able to take your tank out of here shortly. I've got a new one coming. Guess what the price here is for propane?
Well, are you talking about like going and having a little one filled up?
No, a truck comes. It's only a 200-gallon tank.
A truck coming to you is cheaper.
A truck comes to me, they fill it up. How much? What do you think I'm paying here?
New York. Do I dare say like $3.89 a gallon?
You're close. $3.60. I'm paying $4 for it.
Okay. You know, I really thought about putting a pump and converting my truck to propane, because if you're under $2 all the time, all year round, anytime, why not do that? Little carburetor work, and the problem is the pump. We need a pump that sucks out of our tanks and pumps into a vehicle, and that would be awesome for everything. You know, just forages and yeah.
We got the LNG stations all over the place.
Because when I was 18, I drove a company truck that was propane, and I had to fill it. It was because of the gas crisis earlier. So the boss was like, we're not going to succumb to that again. You know, shut down my business to wait in line for gas. So he did his own propane pump and tank and vehicles. Because he didn't want to get stuck that way again. And you had the option. You can flip a switch and it goes from gas. You know, this truck had a switch. So you can drive on either. That was really awesome, I thought.
Yeah.
And it had plenty of power. I did lots of burnouts in it. I was 18.
Runs cooler.
Yeah. Whenever I went over a bridge and it had the steel grates, I just fun times. It was a good truck, whatever it was. Oh, everyone's talking about beer prices still. Okay. Pulp mill here in town closing. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on up there. It'll set itself out. People will get pissed and start voting, and maybe even ask for fair elections.
I want to open a homeless nonprofit in California. That's where I want to go. $24 billion.
Canada's going to fix itself sooner or later. I mean, you're very polite people, but there's a point where you're no longer polite anymore. And that's scarier than a regular. Yeah. Because when you blow, you blow. All right. Let's see. Oh, I should be doing some yard work, last minute stuff. I just don't feel like it. I'm getting old and tired, and I don't feel like doing stuff anymore. And closing the potato chip plant. It could get better. I mean, look at the stock market right now. It got better. Just look at the stock market. Look at 401k. Tell me if it didn't get better. It does get better sometimes. It depends who's in charge.
Yeah, it's been a good year in the market.
Yeah, a lot of people at home are making a lot of money if they got 401k or investments. So that's okay. We just got
to get interest rates down again. The housing market takes off. You'll see the economy go crazy.
Yep, and you know who is holding back that? So
the Fed's fighting that like crazy.
We should have already done that because it's
we're what 2.5 points behind Europe. It's like, come on.
Totally logical. They should have done that many months ago. We just need our farmers back, food to come down. Certain things that'll all come together.
The price of meat is still ridiculous.
Well, during that last drought, so many farmers got out of the beef business. Production's not where it needs to be.
Yeah, they started doing that because Biden and all the tree huggers didn't want the methane, and you should be eating insects instead of beef. And I still don't see how it's that.
We'll pay you to let your fields go feral or whatever the hell the program is.
Yeah, but it doesn't take that long for cows to breed. They should have been breeding tons, and we should have free cheap meat again. Not free, but cheap.
Well, they're saying that a lot of it's not so much anymore the price of the cows. The processing plant prices are off the wall, and the packaging plants are off the wall.
That's a good.
That's deporting all the workers.
Well, that's a good point because it could be, the deportation. But at the same time, we have more illegal aliens than we ever had. So why is that? Why are some processing? I don't get that.
Well, look at the way the food industry is compared to where it was 10, 15, and 20 years ago. You've got all the big boys. I mean, hell, look at Tyson here in Arkansas. They're buying up all these small food companies, and fewer and fewer companies are controlling the food business. And when you lose competition, what happens? They charge whatever they want.
Yeah, but John, you've been spending money on stuff that could have went to food, like cowboy hat. Hey, now it's charging, so I'm going to do a garage trip. But
looks like you got a bad charger though.
No, I'm taking the plug with me this time. I'm sure he opened the battery compartment, and last time I put a battery in here, you had to play with it, otherwise it didn't work. So it was just fitment. I think that's what he did. He was getting me one for Christmas. Didn't snap it in right or something. It's kind of picky. Last battery was picky.
Have you upgraded your phone to version 26 yet?
What's that?
Get an external battery pack and bypass the battery inside of it.
Yeah, I don't know for these.
No. My iPhone updated this week and now has that version 26 operating system. Everything looks different. You know, when you're like searching phone numbers, the search is at the bottom of your screen now, so the top of your screen, so you're like, where is everything?
I know. I accidentally updated on my iPad, and I was like, what in the hell did they ruin this for? Now I have to go through 3 hoops to delete my cookies. I got to go to apps. Then I got to go to Siri. And then not Siri, but Safari. Then I can pan down where before I could just click it, boom. There's a bunch of funky stuff they did. That's why I don't update. But this time I accidentally clicked a button. And
Well, they store the update in your damn phone and it runs slower and slower and slower until you finally do it.
they try and make you do it. Okay, we're charging, we're running. I don't know what the hell's going on here. So everyone aside, you all ready for Christmas?
Humbug.
Huh?
I said, bah humbug. I'm all ready.
Yeah, we're kind of humbug this year. We're not like, we put out the tree. And
The last of my stuff will be here Monday on the UPS or Amazon or whoever truck is coming on, and I'll be done. Juan and I went to the restaurant supply store and went to town. They had like stainless steel pizza pans for $6 and like fajita skillets for like $8. Cast iron lodge. The dang wood liner was more expensive than the cast iron.
yeah,
So all of our kids love to cook.
you saw these heavy duty. It was in a video. I used
right.
powder coat thrift store. I mean, these things. Look at how thick they are. You can't bend them. You can't make them move. And I can actually get a long 30 caliber bullet to stand up on a whole tree. You know, you saw it. And I wasn't sure what I was. Yeah, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them. My son said, "Hey, these got to come in handy for something."
I use the ice cube trays, the silicone trays. They work great.
I know, but I don't want to go that way. And then you got the sticky leftover on the sides, and we'll see. I got a better idea though. Hopefully.
I don't know. Whenever I powder coated, when I was done, I put them in the freezer, and then I take them out and just kind of mangle them up, and most of that shit fell off.
Oh, really? That's a good trick. Okay, that's a good. Yeah.
Because it really doesn't stick to the silicone.
No, it shouldn't. But I know it. I've seen it do it. But
I'll spray it
That's
with them first.
I thought you cast it all zinc.
I said when I used to do the lead, I have all this shit sitting in the basement. I ain't using it anymore.
yeah, that makes sense though, because what you're doing is making it contract, and it loosens it up. Like heating and freezing. That makes sense.
You could probably spray them with Pam. That would probably work too.
Yeah, well, I got mold release at the thrift store. You can do that. It's graphite. It's not going to hurt your barrel. Whatever. Yeah, I might give one a try because that is. I got to watch out for hitting this handrail right here to the powder coat oven, and then I'm shaky.
Doing those tall bullets.
When they go over, like look at Ozark's pile there. Picture that without holders. When they go over, it's Domino City.
And I use every other hole in those little square trays. I just put one in every other hole. And then the next row is off by one, but every other hole.
Yeah, my wife started using that stuff for cookies, and it works great. The flat ones.
Yeah, I mean, they're on Amazon. They're cheap enough.
Yeah, I might try one out.
I'm still a parchment paper guy.
Yeah, I like your freezer idea though. That's one thing my
Yeah,
concern is I'd have a lot of powder coat on them because I do big batches and usually, and that makes sense. Contract, heat, and contract. It would come right off. All right. Thank you, Andy.
Uncle John, we go to the restaurant supply place because it's cheaper than any retail, and the quality is there in heavy duty.
Mm-hmm. Ozark, do you use one of those hamburger smashers? Like when
I
you
do smash burgers when I do them on my Blackstone.
Well, no, when you're breaking up a hamburger, you're making tacos or something like that.
Oh.
Usually you got your spatula and you're like, this takes forever. Have you seen the ones that have like 6 sides? It's just a pull and you just do that. And it breaks up.
When I do want thin ones, I do use a tortilla press. That's what I use. It's the same thing.
No, not hamburgers, ground hamburger.
Chop meat.
Do I grind my own?
And he wants to break it up. It's,
yes. The little 6-bladed little deal.
Yeah.
Twine's got a half a dozen of those. Pampered Chef, I think.
All right. I got one for my wife for a stocking stuffer because I thought every time we do tacos, it's like, geez, the spatula, it takes forever to break it up. All right. So Twine likes them. It's good enough for me.
Oh, yeah. Pampered. Plenty of people make them now, but I think Pampered Chef is who came out with it.
They got all kinds of gadgets. I got another one for a stocking stuffer for her, and then there's another gadget, and then pulled pork gadgets now. Doing pulled pork.
That's the claws or whatever, the Wolverine.
Yeah. It makes life so much easier. Throw it in the dishwasher. Have you tried those?
I have. In fact, I was gifted those for Christmas last year. My favorite way to do it, I've got those silicone gloves. I just use my fingers. That's the fastest way to do it. Those silicone cooking gloves, man, they're great.
Yeah, I was gonna a couple Christmases ago. I was gonna get Uncle John, a pulled pork claw things, and then I thought, no, he doesn't like modern technology, so whatever. He probably does the same thing you do. He likes making pulled pork though.
I'm smoking a pork butt for Christmas. We're going to do. I'm going to make homemade Hawaiian rolls and do sliders, pulled pork sliders.
Yeah. Well, there's Uncle John's reply. It's okay. Hey, if it makes life easier, I'm all in. I am all in. I was watching my wife chopping onions and tomatoes, and I'm like, I got something for that. And she does have the ones you just fold over, cuts them all perfect size, everything. But all this is, it looks like a cake cutter. Remember the 70s, for your effort? Mm-hmm. And you just stick it on there and slice in between the bars. It goes right into the vegetable, whatever, carrots, onion, tomato. You just stick it in there. It's got a handle, and you just chop in between the bars. Mm-hmm. It's stupid easy.
I got a Chinese cleaver is my favorite knife to do onions with.
Yeah. I know my son's got one over there to put a handle on right now for
real thin.
Little thin, square, flat. Yeah. Square nose.
And a 7-inch cleaver.
I can go grab it right now. He's got one on his forge. All he has to do is put the handle on it. Hey, all right. everything starts to work after a cluster. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, the old KitchenAid mixer.
Yeah. Okay. Where are we at here?
Yeah, I've got one of those chef knives that Uncle Jim's son made. We learned you shouldn't cut onions with it because it'll blow it just like gun blue. Well, so I had to take it out the shop and put it on the buffer.
Yeah.
Little polishing compound took care of that.
Yeah, it's definitely something you don't put forged in a dishwasher either.
No. He made one for me and Twine as a wedding gift. It was beautiful. Curly maple handle and a little micarta spacer.
Yeah. But right now all he's got to do is put a handle on one of those little Japanese. I know exactly what you're talking about. The square nose or just a rectangle. Yeah. I got to get on him for that because Christmas is coming. You got to put the handle on there and get. Oh well.
I've got a knife in the vise right now. I made it out of a rasp, and it's just got the slightest little bend to it. So I've got it in the vise with 3 bolts and been hitting it with the MAP gas along the spline. So hopefully I can get that bend out of it. Yeah, those rasps make a beautiful knife. Looks like fish scales.
Let's see. Cornbread sounds good. We had cornbread about 3 weeks ago. That's pretty good.
Oh, I do cornbread dressing for Thanksgiving every year.
And if you got butter and honey, it just makes it even better. Rullis is here. Hey, Rullis.
Some ribbon cane syrup, ribbon cane molasses. That's what I like on it. But yes, I won't turn down honey either.
Mm.
Oh, if you got a Hobart mixer, it is a tank.
Yeah, I don't know what ours are. It's one of those famous ones, though.
I did ask for a pasta maker attachment for my KitchenAid for Christmas. We'll see if I was listened to.
An attachment or a strainer?
It's the attachment that goes on to do ribbon pasta.
Oh, okay.
Because I've got a ravioli maker now. Hey, Rob.
Hey, guys.
How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. I was trying to get into a different position, but I can't bend and flex like that anymore.
Oh. Fritos and other stuff. Okay, that sounds like a good dinner.
Frito pie.
I want to do a meat pie, or a pasty. I want to do a pasties with, pie crust, the pasties. Get your pasties here. Anyway, how's it going, Rullis?
Just busy week at work. This next couple of weeks are actually going to be a little bit on the busy side. So hopefully I'll be ending with for somebody who pulls hazmat, saying ending with a bang is probably not the best way to describe it, but it'll be a good week, next couple weeks. But yeah, just working and trying to stay above water.
Okay, you guys.
You haul a tanker, don't you?
Yeah, I pull mostly resins. Lobis, actually, it's the fiberglass resin that they use to make a lot of different high-end boats with.
Yeah.
Carolina skiff. There's well, we do Sea Ray, we do Seminole Marine, just a bunch of different ones. And it's all basically the same stuff.
Right.
One's green, the other one's blue.
Well, when you drive through Harrison, Arkansas, or by Ranger bass boats, boy, you can smell that resin curing.
I smell it in my dreams now. So, if you really want to smell something, if you ever get Jacksonville, wait till in the late evening and go around the northwest side of the 295 loop, and you'll smell pine sol, because the plant where they actually make that pine sol smell, the actual it's right there off of just off of 295, about a half a mile. And at night when the air's nice and cool and the pollutions have settled and everything, you can just smell that for
It's settling on the ground around your house.
yeah.
All the heavy chemicals.
But yeah, so that refreshing pine sol smell comes from Jacksonville.
My old housekeeper, first thing she'd do was fill up our kitchen sink with hot water and pour about a cup of pine sol in there, and just make the whole house smell good. Like she hadn't done anything. The house smells like she's done already.
Thor, you're more accurate than you understand, than you'll believe.
Radioactive resins. Oh, come on now.
Yeah, it just all fell out. Actually, it fell out before I ever started driving truck.
Yeah, paper mills stink. Tacoma, Washington used to have one, and you drive through on the freeway, and you're like, "Oh, we're hitting the paper mill! Oh my god!"
Yeah, the paper mills and the OSB plants. Yeah, Arkansas's got their fair share of those in South Arkansas with all the pine.
Yeah, the like Kip, like that natural gas doesn't have a smell. That odor we smell is like you said, they put it in there. I assume it's a high sulfur. Yeah.
Oh, it's the sulfuric acid they do put in there to break the cellulose down to make paper. That's what you're smelling.
Yeah, and then we have like I said, I do mostly resins, but we also have a lot of hydrogen peroxide that goes to the different paper mills for the processing, and this is like 40 and 50% hydrogen peroxide, so this stuff's real dangerous.
That's what we use in biohazard cleanup is 50%, and we just dilute it 50-50 with water.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you tell if there's still any blood left or bodily fluids, because it'll buzz up just like a scrape on your knee.
Right, exactly. And
it'll turn you into Pony Boy real quick too.
And the best way to take care of hydrogen peroxide, you just if you spill some on the ground, you just soak it. You just rinse it with water, dilute it with as much water as you can. Now, if you want to have fun, I've never done it, but I've seen enough safety meetings or safety films about. You take your work gloves and you dip them in that hydrogen peroxide, and then you let it dry. You take a hammer and smack it, and it'll catch right on fire. It'll ignite.
Wow.
Yeah,
really?
That hydrogen peroxide. You don't want to mess with it.
That's what the Germans use for rocket fuel.
Well, I think we still use it sometimes for some stuff.
I got a big bottle of it in the bathroom.
Well, that's only 2 or 3%.
Yeah, it'll only be like 2 or 3%. You see how reactive it is just at 3%.
Mm-hmm.
If you start getting up there, even 25%, it's they're
Yeah, we had a tech spray 25% solution, and he thought he was done, so he pulled his Tyvek suit up over his elbows. Boy, it turned the hair on his arm just as golden blonde. We called him Pony Boy for weeks. Stay golden.
Stay true, Pony Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. So, Rollis, weren't you saying you had a 7-inch bolt action?
not a 7-inch. I have a 7-inch semi-auto AR, and then I have a couple bolt action ARs, but I don't have a 7-inch bolt action.
Okay, I thought you got one of those. I thought you said that last week or before that you got one of those BCAs and a bolt action and a pistol.
Yeah, no. Well, like I said, I have the two Unitas, but they're both 20 inchers, and then I have a DPMS, what they call the Kitty Cat model, and it's just a 7-inch AR.
Okay.
Yeah, just 7-inch pistol, which I'm gonna next year. I'm gonna go ahead and get the stamp and just make it a rifle because I just prefer to have a little more length on it. For me, it's just a toy. Yeah, it's.
Hey,
Something to play with. Yeah.
I'm gonna bail out, guys. I gotta get up and shovel the snow before the cleaning lady gets here, if she gets here. So,
Okay, Andy, have fun.
All right, Andy, be good, brother.
take care, everyone. Have a good weekend.
All right, thanks for coming on.
Okay, you have a good one. See you in a little bit. Yeah, bleaching deer skulls. I bet you it does a pretty damn good job at it.
Yeah, I was gonna Buddy Holly my hair, not Buddy Holly. Hey, little sister, what's his name?
Billy Idol.
Billy Idol. I was gonna Billy Idol my hair for a video and be just bright blonde. But then I decided, no, that's going to have to grow out now, isn't it? Before you go anywhere.
No, shave it.
Get you a Tina Turner rig. I want to see you do Proud Mary. Tina Turner legs under them PJs.
And just to be honest, that it'd probably wash out in a couple of weeks anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, what did I use that? I used it last time. My ears were clogged up. Hydrogen and peroxide. I think it was 50-50 mixed hot water. Squirted in there. Let it drain out. I don't know if that was good for you or not, but
I did. I was starting to felt like an ear infection.
Yeah.
And I put a little bit of hydrogen peroxide in there. Now, ironically, after I did that, and I only did it one time, I let it soak there, and then I just went and took a shower, so I don't know how long it sat in there. But ironically, about 3 or 4 days later, for 3 or 4 days in a row, I'd wake up, and once I stood up, I just had these severe nosebleeds. And I just had to stand there and just let it go.
Whoa. Something
And then
there.
Then after about the third day, it finally stopped. Hey, there's Thorzak's coming up.
1980s come back to haunt you.
Believe me, I had plenty of access to all the cocaine I wanted to. My whole family. My youngest sister was a 14-year-old coke queen. My other family members were not only users, but they probably dealt. I'm not going to say names because that's not my place to say it. Yeah, drug addiction and drug dealing was a big deal in my family. I always stayed away from it. So just because my biggest thing is I didn't want to get busted and then not be able to buy guns. So,
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
me
yeah.
and Jim, Jim, and Marvin, that was our era, the 1980s. That was cocaine city, man. That was everything. Yeah. So, yeah, man.
It was I spent this much money for this. No, I'm not spending my money on this anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean, I graduated in '85, so I was right there in the, the Ohio
The Miami Vice era.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, the Ohio Valley. I mean, everybody thinks it's a bunch of rednecks, and they are. They're all a bunch of redneck cocaine heads, coke heads, and heroin heads. So
Wow, 85. I was 79. It was 1979 for me when I had my freedom from school.
86 for me.
mm-hmm.
82.
Yeah, so we're all on the vanguard of the X generation. Well, I guess Uncle Jim might be a boomer.
We're the
Jim's a
last.
boomer.
Yeah.
I really quite honestly think that we're the last generation that is ever going to own their home. We're the last generation that can survive on our least pension and that sort of stuff. We're the last ones. The rest of these people, they're all screwed.
If we ever had a civil war with Gen X, we would just write messages in cursive and use maps.
They wouldn't have a clue. Yeah, they wouldn't have a clue. Yeah, what's up with the cursive? I mean,
George Bush killed that.
Yeah.
My kids were in school. George Bush killed that, Junior, or George Bush too.
Now, ironically,
every escape vehicle would have a manual transmission. They'd really be screwed.
well, ironically, my sister's daughter, so my niece, she can't write cursive. She's like 14, 15 years old. And yet she her parents are supposed to be so superior, you guilty white liberal. You put her, Deborah and Paul, they'd be the perfect example of that. My cousin Robert, who pops on here every once in a while, apparently both his daughters, he made sure that they know how to write and read in cursive, and they're I think the oldest one's like 12, and they're part of the Oregon school system. Yeah,
only the private schools are teaching it anymore.
mm-hmm.
it must have to do with texting and all that, because cursive is way faster. Our independence was written in cursive.
I can't read the actual Constitution. Just some people, just the writing it's just hard for me to read. Maybe if I blew it up to where each word's this big or something, I'd be able to read it without any trouble. But
well, when they wrote back in the day, it was art. The way they wrote with the
there's some stuff I can read. I'm not saying I can't read old cursive, but some people are just sloppy.
My oldest started learning cursive, but Bush removed it from the curriculum, or the Department of Education did, or whatever, and they haven't done it since.
Broke Loader is here. He wants to know what you're loading. 30.
3030, the Hornady FTXs.
And
What'd
good
you
to
load
see
them
you.
with?
Pardon?
What'd you load them with?
Revolution. Preacher got me turned on to that powder for 3030, and I have not looked back.
Jag 1, that's funny. I mean, how do you write your signature without cursive?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, half the time, like if you write on your phone or tablet or somebody's phone or tablet, it's just all scribbles anyways. There's no way they can prove that's your signature any more than.
I've had to show adults how to write a check. I'm talking about people in their 30s. so I could get paid.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fill it out for you.
And 100. Okay. All right. That's funny.
What is 72 over
well,
100
the
mean?
UPS guys,
Yeah. What is 72
You
over
know,
100 mean?
yeah, say the
72 cents. Yeah.
I thought it was just me, so I never really kind of, divulged in it. Just thought it was just me. But I heard another guy talking about it on another chat. And my thing is that I'll read, and I'll be reading. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like my attention span kind of turns off, and then my comprehension kind of goes off. And then I'll remember what I read. I'll read the whole chapter, and I'll think to myself, I remember this part, and then I'll go back to I'll go back to the area where, I didn't remember the rest of this, and I'll have to read it all over again.
Yeah,
and I thought it was just me just getting.
That's
old.
called
But there's a lot of
sometimes disease.
that.
Sometimes remember, sometimes you don't.
Bored in their brain, from reading, and they just stop paying attention.
yeah, you just
To what they're reading, their comprehension. But there's a lot of people that do that. I don't know.
I'm reading a book now. I'm doing about a chapter a day because if I try to, it's not. And the thing is, it's not even a big book. I mean, it's a short story actually. Yeah, but it just I'll do exactly what you're talking about. You start to drift, and you're reading words you're not comprehending. It just, and I've been doing that for a long time. It's not just the last telephone time. It's just I don't know if I've had so many head injuries or if I get bored or I have severe ADD. But
before you know it, the boat leaves the pier, man. The boat leaves the pier. You're no longer tied up. You're drifting out there somewhere. And I know one thing. When I'm interested in something, say like it's reloading thing or a gun thing or something like that. Oh, I totally get it. I can read the whole chapter and know exactly what it is. My attention span is into it. That's fine. But just reading something to read it, that to me, it's gotten harder since I've gotten older.
Yeah.
To focus.
Even when I'm reading like a magazine article, like I still get Hand Loader magazine and Rifle magazine and stuff. Getting those last few paragraphs down sometimes just it's and it could be something that the latest 22 ARC information. Well, of course, I'm trying to do all that, but like I said, I start like you said, you start to drift, and next thing you know, the boat's left the dock, and you just got to start all over again.
In the late '80s, I got a subscription to Precision Shooter. It was a publication that came out once every 2 months, and I started reading that, and all the rest of the magazines that I had, like, a Hand Loader magazine, whatever, I canceled all those. I mean, because they were boring and they were full of advertisements of stuff that I really didn't even care about, But Precision Shooter had all the latest stuff in there, the dies and all the stuff for shooting and powder and bullets and barrel quality and how they make barrels, all kinds of stuff in there. It was really cool. A lot of neat stuff was in that magazine. I think they've changed now though. They've they're precision something or precision firearms or something. They're called something different now. But yeah.
Right. Hey, Guns and Water.
Gunswatter's here. I'm just plugging in Gunswatter. How come there's an arrow next to the sign?
You know what? There's a lot of reasons out there that people can just throw out there on the table. The economy, federal regulations, how the government is all involved in making the decisions and everything like that. The truth of the matter is it's the greed and wealth. That's the reason why we can't have $20,000, small pickup trucks. There's no money in it for them. They're not going to make them. It's just that simple. There's no money in them. It's all about the stock market. It's all about getting absolutely rich, and that's what they're trying to do. That's the whole point of it. That's the reason why a truck costs $100,000.
Yeah.
It's because it's about getting rich, baby. That's what it's about. It's not about whether or not you're getting a deal on a truck. We care less about deal on your truck. We want to make money. That's it. That's
Yeah,
the
we'll
other
finance
side.
we'll finance you for
There's a-
8 years. You can afford it.
And they're trying to work it out where you're paying them a monthly, on top of your once they sell the truck or car or whatever it is. Now they're trying to figure out a way to get you to pay just that much more than a subscription for this, a subscription for that, and it's like eventually they're going to charge you a quarter every time you get to try to start the vehicle.
My last service van I
Yeah, it's a
bought
scam.
a month ago, they wanted me to finance for 8 years.
Mhm.
Oh,
8 years.
Absolutely.
I was like, you can bend that over and do it yourself. And
mm.
I went 5 just
Right.
because that's probably about the life of the truck. And 8 years, I was like, you're crazy. I would have ended up
Well,
paying, I don't know, 60% of the cost of the van just in finance charges. So,
Well, look at a $500,000 house on a 30-year mortgage, and look at your taxes, and look at your insurance, and then look at what you're going to pay in interest. You'd be surprised how little is actually getting paid on the principal. I mean, how
Right.
little? Probably
the
less than
first
10.
5 years is less than 2%.
Yeah, they're
Yes, it's absolutely. It's a scam. It is. It's a scam thought up by financial geniuses out there. They're out to make money like crazy. It's all about greed. It's all about filthy greed.
see, like on my
They can
house,
care
I'm
less.
only
Just like
I'm
these
only-
people that are all, buy American.
I'm
It's like
only
people that
6 years
have, buy American attitude. It's like these people that have buy American attitude. They're out there talking about America, and they're talking about all this stuff about America and how great America is, but yet they have their money in the stock market. And then guess what? Their stocks are all overseas. All their money's overseas, So how can you tell me how great America is all your money is overseas? You're promoting companies that are in other countries. I mean, that's how you're making your money. I mean, what's American about that? You know what I mean? What a hypocrite. I mean,
Well, we got money in America here, so yeah.
My mortgage, I'm only 6 years into it right now. So 75, 80, 90% of my payments every month is just interest. But and I'm just gonna have to bite that bullet till I'm 60. Now, either when I turn 60 or 61, I forget, I don't know exactly when. I'm gonna go ahead and cash out my retirement fund, which I should be able to pay the house off and still have plenty of, well, not plenty, but some money left over. And then, they're screwing me right now, but in the long term, I'm still going to screw them out of 20 years worth of interest, when it's all said and done.
And you would not believe how much faster you can pay off your house with a big down payment and doubling your payments a month when you can afford it.
Just pay an extra
Yes,
$100 a month.
Oh, yeah. Thing is, I don't trust these
And I'll
son of a
tell you
bitches.
halfway through making your payments, say like you go ahead and do like Jim said, you start working a lot of overtime, or you come into a little money through inheritance or whatever, and you throw it into your mortgage or whatever, work overtime, whatever extra money you have, and then start doubling your payments. And then about halfway through, where you look at, so like if, for instance, you owed 200,000, you got it paid down to 100,000. What you want to do at that point is reschedule that loan. In other words, call them up and say, "Hey, I want to reschedule the loan." You'll get the same interest that you've been paying, but what they'll do is they'll extend the loan out for another 30, for however many years to bring it back up to a 30-year loan. But the thing is, your payment goes down. So your payment goes down, so you get keep more of your money that you're making to put into the house. So you're paying actually more money into that house and you're paying it off faster. It's
Well, yeah,
that's what I
mine's gonna
did.
be
And I'm
paid
going
off.
to tell you what. Yeah, my house is paid off, paid in full. I mean, when I retired, it was like when I first started getting paid from OPM for my retirement, I took what I had in savings and I paid the house completely off. And I'm going to tell you what, when you do that, when you go to the branch, like they have a Navy Federal here where I live. I went into the branch and I had my checkbook with me and I sat down and I said, yeah, I want to pay off my mortgage. You know, nobody wanted to help me. No one.
Oh yeah,
It was almost like, yeah, they were like, you know, but we got to call the main office and, oh, do you have a return phone number? How about your email address? We'll go ahead and we'll call. And I was like, no, I want to do it right now. How much do I owe? And this is the checkbook, and I'm going to write you out a check. Oh, I don't know if we can do that here. Guess what? It says Navy Federal out front. That's who this check is going to, and I'm getting this check cashed in this place today.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, yeah, I had to force them. You know, it was crazy. They wanted to make it such a hassle for me that I would just walk away or whatever,
Right.
or have to deal with their main office.
The main
Yeah,
reason
that
I
paid in
don't.
full. It's having that paid in full on your mortgage is more than just a good feeling. It is. It's freedom. It is
Oh, I
absolute
know.
freedom.
Yeah, that.
I still make a payment into the bank, into my savings, and that's for my taxes and insurance. That's for my taxes and insurance, and it's a savings account. And you know, I build up savings that way. I still make my payment just like I normally would, a little bit less, you know, because I don't really have to really, you know, chuck up that much money. But you know, I have a slosh fund, you know, and
Right,
it doesn't
exactly.
pinch me. So yeah, man, you get freedom. And they don't want you to have freedom. They want you to keep you in debt forever. That's the reason why we can't have $20,000 little trusts.
Yeah.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why
The,
they want to keep us enslaved in debt, chained to the floor, bound by debt. That's what they want. That's exactly what they want.
Okay, Taurus is lagging a little bit because Rollis is trying to reply. So just wait a second after a sentence or something, because you're we have that issue there with StreamYard, whatever. Okay.
Well, no, I was just going to say the main reason I don't add anything extra is I don't trust this mortgage company I'm dealing with, because I've done that, and it's if it's shown, they waited so long for it to show. I had my escrow was going to go up $400 for the year, but they said if you pay this $400, within this certain date, we'll go ahead and you'll be fine. Your payment will stay the same. So 4 or 5 days before the cutoff, I send the money in, and they still jacked it up. So, and every time I talk to them, by the time I'm done, I'm just friggin' beat red. I'm getting ready to.
What happens on that escrow is your insurance has changed, or your price has changed on your insurance, or a variance has changed on your taxes. The mortgage companies have got no control over that. They're only being told what's coming to you.
That wasn't the yes. My insurance went up.
You're awesome.
The question wasn't about it. My insurance went up and my taxes went up that year. But in order, as long as I paid the difference, my payment wouldn't go up, is what they told me. So I paid up, I paid the difference, but they never credited it. Or if they did, they waited till after the payment went up, and then they just let it disappear into the hole. Some shit. So, and I haven't had, this is
you got to pay attention now when you're signing mortgages. The contract that you're signing with a lot of mortgage companies are not allowing you to pay extra on your on your principal.
Ooh,
They will hold it in escrow and do it once a year.
that's
So
yeah.
read the fine print. So we build houses, we flip houses, we do all that. Read your fine print.
Oh, no, they will allow you to make additional payments to your escrow. They'll allow you to make, additional house payments, additional, payments on your principal. They do allow that. They even have spaces on your, when you make your payments. I just don't trust the fuckers to put the money there. It's how you doing, Pat?
Oh, I'm doing great. I've just had my dumplings, and I had my nachos, and I'm ready to go.
You just need a good belt of Woodfords and you'll be in good shape.
Oh no, I still have a bottle of Ozark moonshine.
Oh, baby.
I'm sipping at.
Oh, baby. Just don't
Did I
smoke.
send you the straight stuff or apple pie?
Straight stuff.
Straight
That's
stuff.
like oak chips soaked for about 3 days.
3 days, yep. Aged 3 days in oak chips, yeah.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of rye in it for some spice.
It's milder and smoother. I haven't checked the proof, but very drinkable. Very nice.
It should be about 110.
Really?
Yeah, that's usually what I cut it to. But my grain bill is 3 parts corn, 2 parts barley, and 1 part rye. George Washington's recipe.
Good stuff.
Good old George. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I was watching some special on the Smithsonian Channel or something like that about George. He was the biggest distiller in the country back in those days, and they just spit out his recipe that it was 3, 2, 1. I'm like, I'm going to try that. It's not bad at all.
And what's funny is all our forefathers, including Benjamin Franklin, they were all drunks. They were always inebriated. And how they got all this stuff done in such little time, we will never know. But they were drunks, big time.
Rum was their big thing they distilled back then.
Mm-hmm. But they got so much done, every one of them. Look at Ben Franklin. Yeah. So it's amazing how they did that in such little time.
Oh,
So
boy. All right. I'm going to put down the advice here in the side chat, so I won't geek out on the live stuff for you guys. But, all right, Paul.
Here's my question about the AI, like what Patriot Paul just mentioned. Can they take the old chips? Because I keep hearing, they're coming out with the new chip 6 weeks from now, and it's going to be 10 times faster than this new super duper chip. Can they take those older chips and just put them on the used market, or do they just scrap by the time that would happen?
Okay. So processors have kind of plateaued a little bit for the last 5 years or so, maybe 6. They just started to pick up a little bit in performance, I don't know, last year or so, really. So your best bet right now in this little window, it's like buying a used car instead of a new. So it's better to buy, a 50,000 mile 1-ton truck than it is a Hyundai Accent brand new. You know, you want to, if you get like what I'm running right now, if you get something that's 3 generations back, sure, apples for apples, it's about half the speed. But the difference is you can get a $10,000 CPU from 3 years ago for $50. And that's all the difference. You can get a super high-end enterprise stuff. Like, I got a pair of 20-core processors in here. They were $50 each when I bought them. They're less than that now. And you want to go up to, you look at the other way, if you buy a brand new one right now, sure, you can get a 96-core processor right now for $5,000. And maybe it's 30% faster in its little clock speed. But dollar for dollar, right now, the sweet spot is this stuff that's about 4 years old right now. And engineering workstations, because they take server parts, and none of your little geeky gamers use server parts. All their motherboards are, they take, the i7s and the i9s. When server parts get obsolete, when you're paying that kind of rent on a server rack in a data center, I mean, it goes onto the secondary market, and the gamer kids can't buy it. It won't fit. Nobody wants to downgrade their server. Everybody's upgrading, and it hits a dead end, and it's cheap for the enterprise grade stuff. Same with the memory. Like, everybody's bitching right now about 32 gigs of DDR5. Well, I'm running 590 gigs of DDR4 right now. And if I was running gamer stuff, new stuff, yeah, that'd be $3,500 worth of RAM. But it wasn't $3,500 because it's server stuff. It's error correcting super duper, and it doesn't fit in a gamer's motherboard. And it's cheap because it won't fit, regular PCs. Now, the downside is the damn computer on my desk is like 75 pounds.
Right.
It's not going to fit behind your monitor. But, yeah, and things will be different in a year or two. As the generations work on, but it's the same thing. If you look at an engineering workstation that's about 4 years old, that because the engineers, they won't keep their workstations. They bill $500,000 an hour to do B-1 bombers and bridges and nuclear simulations for the high dollars. And when a new machine comes out, poof, they jump on it. All the old shit gets wholesaled out. Nobody knows or messes with engineering workstations for gaming PCs. So they're like, I just built my sister one. It was $550 on eBay with dual processors and 96 gigs of RAM. It needs a processor upgrade for $100, but that's it. That's the way to go, in my humble opinion.
So okay, yeah. So then so at least these chips aren't just getting thrown out in the landfill, or at least right yet.
Okay. So Intel made some really horrible chips for about 6 years running, and they're better off in a landfill.
Okay.
They got trouble. They wear out internally. So, who's it? Yeah. So the RAM companies just decided to hose everybody. So all this AI crap, the price on RAM is 200 or 300% up in the last 3 months because Micron and Samsung, I believe it was, decided they're only going to sell to that OpenAI company. They got a wholesale deal. So Yeah, Crucial and Micron. I think they're the same thing. Yeah. But yeah, no more consumer RAM. But surplus server RAM from 4 years back, dirt cheap still. And sure, the newer RAM's faster, but more RAM is better than fast RAM.
Well, for somebody like me, anyways, yeah, I do spreadsheets and I watch, YouTube videos on my computers.
Yeah, but let's say, like I told my sister, let's say it's like getting rid of your old tennis shoes. You want to have your last two old PCs running in a window on your new PC so that if you forgot a password, you can pop back into Internet Explorer on the old one and it's all saved and it's all there and it's comfy and you don't lose anything. So anyway, I'll shut up now. But right now, at least for the next year or two, it's a HP Z8 G4. That's what you want to look at.
Not over my head, but I trust you.
Yeah, it's like I said, I'm not upgrading anytime soon. I've just been hearing about all this, like, wondering exactly how it's going to go
Well,
or how it is going. So, Patriot, yeah, you're probably right.
or I could just find the sweet spot on eBay because there's a lot of junk on eBay, but I'll find you a good deal on eBay. I can promise you that. I'll tell you exactly what to buy, and piece of cake. These things are they're great. That's all I gotta say is it's you boot the thing up, boot into BIOS, and it will install Windows 11 for you. A custom Windows 11 with all the drivers in it. Boom, done. Take you about 3-4 hours to get that done, but no messing around. You HP Z8 G4. No, Vanessa, I'll send you links on eBay on there's some animation studio that'll be liquidating them, and next summer it might be a G5 instead of a G4. Depends what they come up with. But you want last year's model.
He jumps.
You
So,
know,
I guess.
Einstein could be your uncle. You know that. You got the same mustache. Let your hair grow a little bit and let it poof, and you're Einstein. Kind of.
Kind of.
Well, how tall was Einstein? He wasn't.
He was a little guy, and you know what? I like socks. So
Right.
Einstein. I like.
Why he didn't like socks?
He ran around in sandals with no socks.
He was an early hippie that was smart. Yeah, all right. That's funny.
Pat, you know those reflective stickers you stick on the inside window that's reversed? You stick it on the inside window of your pickup truck. You know what I'm talking about? You see ones that have like the sun rising, or they have a big eagle or American flag on it and stuff. You see in the back of people's pickups. That would be perfect. That would be absolutely perfect to put in the rear window of your truck. That'd be so cool. Yeah. You got a problem with me? Well, you know what? Read the sign. Yeah, it's right here, buddy. It's all relative. It's all relative, man.
Hey, I'm gonna have to hop off. If I can get this taken care of in the house, I'll hop back on.
Okay.
All right, Ozark. I hope everything's okay.
Oh no, everything's fine. Juan just needs me to do something for her.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thanks for coming on. If you don't
I'll
come on.
hop back on here in a little bit.
All right, bud.
If I can find where my dang mouse is. There it is.
Sounds like me. Son of a bitch. Cluster.
Yeah. Patriot brings up something. I guess these data centers just use huge amounts of water for cooling. It seems to me just like he says, it should be put next to rivers where they can draw straight out of the river, cool, then run the hot water back in, or just like what the old power plants used to do where I grew up at.
Well, and think of all the snow in the wintertime you can save in big barrels.
Mm-hmm. It just well, like I said, I grew up on the Ohio River, and they could draw. I imagine they'd have to do some cleaning, but just running it and then just running through the cooling towers and whatnot, and dumping right back in the river.
Patriot
I'm far from the catfish like the warm water.
Yeah. I know, but right now they're getting so much snow. It's like, hey, wait a minute. What can you do with that to save it? Even though it goes in a river, wherever, you can pull it out, or it goes down somewhere else and put it in the water tower.
2 gigs to for the cooling plant for that's kind of hard to believe. I mean, chill water isn't, you could have a chill water plant and run that. I mean, that's enough to cool a nuclear reactor. I mean, 2 gigs? Are you sure? That's a lot. I'd say that there's some people in that town getting some free power.
Patriot, the thing is, on the Ohio River, a rainbow trout wouldn't last for 30 seconds. So probably the same thing for the Mississippi. But they're talking about starting to build small nuclear plants for some of these data centers, which I'm all for. Yeah.
I heard something about the smaller ones still being kind of more dangerous than bigger. I don't know if that's true.
Everything I've learned from listening to but you go to this guy, his name's Kyle Hill. He's a pretentious son of a bitch sometimes, but he is a nuclear physicist, and he does he's a writer about nuclear power and stuff, and they've come a long way with this stuff. So it shouldn't be as big of a issue anymore.
Patriot Paul, I'm going to say something. You're right, and I'm wrong. Let's just leave it at that, okay?
So, Rollis, the thing you got to keep in mind is that for a nuclear plant, there's got to be enough fissile material to sustain a chain reaction, at least. That means you have exactly the amount of fissile material to make at least 1 bomb. And if the things are small enough to steal, that might be a problem.
No, I can't argue that. So, but aren't they also starting to develop literally nuclear power plants that are portable?
Yeah.
And
You've had those for years.
yeah,
They've had those for 30 years, dude.
Yeah, the greenies just, ooh, it's nuclear.
mm-hmm.
And, so, yeah, we got them.
Basically, these power plants would probably be about the same size as what they use in submarines, and I don't know about aircraft carriers, but I don't imagine the actual nuclear part of the nuclear submarine is actually all that big, is it?
No, but that's running some really concentrated stuff just to be small.
Right.
You know, on a full size reactor where it doesn't need to, you know, it doesn't need to fit into anything. You know, you don't have to refine the uranium as much, so it's huge. Because the stuff that counts is only less than 1% on natural uranium, and they enrich it up a little bit, but it's like at 100% for a nuclear submarine.
Here's the deal, though. We might have a new technology in the future because we never even thought of cell phones when I was younger. We had transistor radios, okay? And that was huge. That was the newest.
Remember, fission power is only 10 years away, and it's only been 10 years away for the last 100 years.
Yeah, but we might find something else that can power our cars and everything else. It's just, we're not there yet.
No,
Caveman stage still.
they haven't found any way to really make money at it. That's it. There isn't enough greed power to invest in it.
I'm not talking green, just something else. Something, oh, here we go. You know, we never thought about any of this stuff. Back when you were still turning your dial on your TV and you didn't have a cell phone or a computer. Now look at how fast everything's going once you got computers and things figuring things out.
I didn't
It's
say
going
greed.
crazy fast.
I said greed. 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 You got to
All
make
right,
money.
don't get mad. Don't get angry now. My ears aren't perfect. All right.
Actually, the most perfect green power we've got going is hydroelectric. That is the most greenest power we can generate right there.
They're almost continuous.
Lowest cost.
Think of
It's
all the
lowest cost.
salmon.
Costs nothing for that water to go through those turbines. Nothing. Zero.
Our electrical comes from hydro here, so
Well,
but it has gone up a little bit.
Yeah, as far as I'm
They
concerned,
used to-
Ohio River should have hydroelectric dams every 10 friggin' miles. Yeah, from Pittsburgh all the way down to Cairo, I mean.
I will say though, electrical was super cheap. In the last couple of years, it's gone up a little bit here.
I don't see the reason why here in Washington State electricity is so expensive. I mean, we're one of the number one producers of electricity, hydroelectric. It's crazy.
You got water everywhere flowing. Yes.
Yeah, we got rivers and water and shit. We got one of the biggest dams ever built in the world, and that's the Grand Coulee. It's huge.
Yeah,
You know what? They don't even run. Get this. They don't even. I've been to the Grand Coulee and did a tour there, you know, on the job. Okay, and we went there and we toured the thing. They don't. They only use 55% of their producing power. That's it. 55%. That's all they use. That's maximum that they put out on the Grand Coulee. So we're not even using its potential at all. We're using half, a little over half.
Whatever happened to using currents of the ocean for power? They stopped doing that or gave up. I don't know. Whatever. It's there every day, just like the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tidal power. Yeah.
But, you know, if we can harness the sun without all this garbage fucking windmills and huge panels and everything, if we can harness that, hey, we might be driving on that someday. You got to remember your cell phone is everything your computer used to be, and your computer was this giant box that took up huge room. So, and that's in only a few years. I have hope for the future just because.
Oh, I mean, I do too. I mean, eventually something's going to break loose. Yeah. But like Thor's always saying, and he's accurate in this. If there's not a big profit there, or some way that they can control the people with it, it's just going to take forever.
Right.
Eventually, it will break through.
If there's no money in it, it won't exist. If you can't produce it yourself, then nobody's going to make it because they can't make money at it. Why make it? That's the way they're going to look at it. What are we going to be, good people? We're going to save the environment? No, it's all about the cash, man. I want to get naked and run around in that cash, man, until it sticks to my sweaty body and roll in it, man, and throw it up in the air and laugh. That's what I want to do.
Wow, Jag, you worked in a coal. Wait a minute. You worked in Utah? Wow. Jag. We got to get Jag on here and so he can explain this stuff. Oh. Same with Patriot Paul. Patriot Paul.
Sorry.
Patriot.
Amazing.
Patriot.
It's amazing. All of it go well, other than hydroelectric, but it all boils back to steam. Steam's cheap. If you can make steam, you can make something extremely powerful. That's basically what a nuclear bomb is. It's steam.
Yeah, Jag, and also there's oil here, big time. So it's just never been used. It's been explored, it's been kept, it's been waiting. Yeah.
Hobbies. I lived in several houses that had coal chutes in them.
Yeah. We had one with an oil tank, oil.
You could wait to sneak out at night.
Yeah, but a coal chute. No, I haven't had the old coal chute in the basement before. Just think how messy that is. Think how messy the coal. Yeah.
My parents burned coal. Our wood stove was also rated to burn coal in. So my dad, we went down to Bakota, if you know where that's at. That's down in central Washington. And we used to get like 2 tons of coal. They're cheap. I mean, really cheap. And we'd haul it back and we'd load it into our barn. And that was one of my jobs, is go out there and get the coal for the day. And I'm going to tell you what, you talk about stink and messy. Holy crap. And you know what? Coal dust is like crazy. I mean, after it's burned, it is so light and powdery, you don't dare shake that bucket at all. I mean, when you go to pour it out, you lay the bucket on the ground and you just gently kind of just move it back and forth. It's crazy, man. You don't dump it out, otherwise you are going to be in a cloud.
Yeah, Jag, but I thought you were just driving through visiting. I know you're killing me with the chicken fried steak. I gotta go visit that. So I gotta go visit that diner in Nephi. All right. But I thought you were just visiting. I didn't know you lived here once and worked here.
Funny thing is, one of my customers over in Pensacola, they actually make the windmill blades. So it's like I'm conflicted. Yeah, I make money from them, but also there's a lot of bullshit going on with them.
Yeah, they sure don't last long and fill up what do they got? 20-year lifespan, and then fill up the landfills, and it's nasty kind of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just the same kind of fiberglass like you'd find on a car, or well, not the exact same, but essentially, yeah.
I guess aluminum's too expensive because at least they could melt those back down, but I guess it's too heavy or expensive.
I would imagine an aluminum, I could, one of those son of a bitches let loose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we're not there. I think more technology. We're going to find something that is really awesome for energy. That's
Plus,
He's-
if they were made out of aluminum, the crackheads would be cutting them down. And
yeah, they'd be salvaging them. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like copper wire. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. They'd have to get their climbing boots on, though, to get up there and cut them off. But yeah. Horrible video on. Yeah, guns. Okay, Gunswatter. I've never seen a Christmas calendar. Usually you open it up and you have a candy on each day. You have cigars in that calendar. I've never seen that before. Yeah. So there you go. And it's not for kids, I don't think. Yeah. Christmas calendar full of cigars. That's hilarious. And one of yours was like a gigantic. I mean, how big are these dates on the calendar? Or do they go that way and they're in a fat box? I don't know. That's pretty hilarious, though. A cigar calendar. Christmas calendar. Vanessa, just go to his channel, and he's been doing every day pulling out a cigar out of the Christmas calendar and smoking it, and then describing how it tastes like and burns and all that stuff. All that cigar stuff. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah. The draw, all that. He can tell I've been watching. A cigar Christmas calendar. Never thought I'd see that. Yeah. I want one with little cars, little vintage cars. And you open up, oh, geez, there's a little, that's awesome. That's a little Plymouth there, and then you got anyway. I think that would sell like hotcakes. Little Hot Wheel cars in a calendar. Okay. So. All right, so what else do we talk about? We covered the map pretty much tonight.
I didn't realize this. I wasn't subscribed to him. Okay, I just took care of that.
I could probably, let's see, Uncle Jim 3. I'd have to cut out of here, see if he's on Uncle Jim 3 subs. Provo's doing a live right now. Damn, that better not be his house. That's full of presents, a huge tree. Yeah, here we are. I can post this. Let me post a link here to his channel. Okay. And I'll get back to live, wherever that is. All right, here's a link to his channel. So he was on. How come I can't? There we go. Let's see if that comes up. Come on. Oh, wait. All right. Let's see. Okay, so the link should be coming up any time now. That is a Datsun. That is a Sunshine pickup, not sold in the U.S. And they made it from 71 to, I believe, 94, believe it or not, with that same retro look. All right, where is the link? Oh, it wouldn't let me do the link. Okay, thanks, Miss Kitty. For some reason, I can't do a link to my own freaking live.
That's why you have Vanessa here to take care of the heavy lifting.
Yeah, thank you, Vanessa Kitty. Yeah, see, I think this pickup is so retro, but who would have thought that went all the way to the 90s like that with the external mirrors on the front? That's old school. The front end is awesome. It kind of reminds me of like an Opel or something. Anyway, it's really cool, and it wasn't sold here. Son of a bitch. As usual.
Yeah, but that looks like one of those vehicles. If you get in a crash, they'll just pick it up and throw it in the hole with you still running.
That's how all the small trucks were. I had the Datsun. I drove lots of the Toyotas and the Ford Courier for company trucks, the little tiny trucks. If you got hit smack on, you're dead. You know, and you didn't have a ton of room inside the cab either. You know, but
There's one guy lives somewhere nearby, and he has I call them worksite trucks. The little I don't know if it's a Toyota or a Zuzu or whatever, but sounds like it has a little motorcycle engine in it, and it's a little pickup slash dump truck thing, and I would not physically be able to get into it, but every once in a while I'll see him racing around. Um, uh,
off road, are they off road or on the streets? Are they fun?
he has it set up where it's street legal. I mean, you know, he has plates and everything on it, so I mean, he is street legal. But I'm assuming he probably had to do some work to get it street legal. I mean, like I said, I've seen them on construction sites, but you know, this is the first one I've ever seen actually driving around.
Okay, you're talking about the ones that are just a little cab forward and all back.
Just
Yeah.
little.
Whatever they are, Daihatsus or whatever. Yeah.
You know,
Those are usually like off, off street vehicles. Farm.
right.
We have a few around here, and I saw one for sale. I was like, oh, that'd be fun, but I'm still holding out for the small pickups of the old days. If we can make small pickups great again. Fieros were the worst. Yeah, okay. Yeah. They didn't last long.
Well, supposedly Jeep was going to come out with just a really base model, just like a 2-wheel drive, and I think it was going to be front-wheel drive. Just a little run-around city pickup truck.
Yeah, the what do they call it? Hamji. What? Come on, Patriot Paul. What is that called? That one and the Toyota Lux. People want right now. Those two can be street legal, small, and yeah, it's a mini Jeep, but they call it a something G. It's GJ at the end. Come on, somebody help me out with that. Everyone wants those right now, and you can buy them in other countries.
The
Yeah, we do need El Caminos and Rancheros. Make them great again. Yes.
drop a generic Chevy 350 in there, maybe a 5-speed.
No, it's too big for these little guys. All you need is like a Honda engine that just wraps out.
No, for the El Caminos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just make it do a retro El Camino. Put a 350 in it and just a little 5-speed in it. Hell, I'd even buy one of those GM pieces of trash.
Yeah, everyone's throwing those LS engines or whatever in old vehicles. And then you have the Ford, what do they call them? The Ford, not a Fox. Coyotes. So the Ford Coyote engines are very popular. And then the, LS? How big's an LS? Usually they're bigger, but whatever.
It goes all the way up from 427 down to 283-ish.
283-ish would be perfect in a truck like this.
Oh, like that one, yeah. I mean,
It'd be way too much, yeah.
Yeah, it twists the axles or the drive shaft every time you try to.
Remember these old trucks that we all grew up and drove? had what, 90 horsepower, 100 at the most?
Well, when I was growing up, a full size Chevy pickup truck either had a big ass 6-cylinder in it or it had a Chevy 350 in it. Yeah. The I don't know what the Fords had, 302s, I guess. Yeah. Stuff.
389.
Yeah, the only thing I ever paid attention to was the Chevys at
Or 289.
yeah,
289.
and and guys were building them up, and the big. This is when the era of the high rise 4-wheel drive trucks were coming out, and they were really plateauing there in the early and mid '80s.
I tell you what, if they make small trucks legal again, I'm going to be thinking about it. If it's 4-wheel drive and has roll-up windows, everything's simple and cheap. I don't want power anything. Guns water.
And my old knees would like to have power brakes.
There you go. Okay. Disc brakes in the front.
Yeah, and disc brakes too. Yeah,
None
I
of
remember
those
drum brakes.
none of those single brake whatchamacallits. Yeah, you got to have dual for safety. Yeah, just give us the simple stuff again. My gosh. And yes, rancheros and caminos, they could take that right now. And well, they don't make wagons anymore, so I was going to say just chop a wagon, do it again. Toyota could do it.
Now,
Hi,
Pat,
guys.
do they make a new Chevy 350 of some sort, or is that just a dinosaur bygone era?
I don't know if they got to have an LS. Huh?
So you can still get a small block Chevy crate motor, but you probably wouldn't want to because everything leaks on them. Always did. They're 120, 130,000 mile motor. The LS, the package is smaller, so it'll fit more stuff. It's lighter. It's got more power because of the head design, and it's just a better all around. Now, that took some convincing. I was working at the dealer when the new LS motors came out, and I'm like, we've had the small block Chevy for 45 years, and why are they going to fuck up a good thing? And every new thing that Chevy was coming out right there in the late 80s was shit. And I thought, oh man, they've just killed the vet. They've killed the truck market. This is going to be fucked up and awful. And it wasn't. It turned out to be really good. We got lucky. Everything else they built been piles of shit. I'm a Chevy guy, but man, the V6s are awful. The 4-cylinders are awful. These little turbo diesels they're putting in the pickup trucks, awful. And they're even skipping on the LS motors now. So we got a problem with the LS motors busting cranks, spinning bearings right now, last year or two, because
why don't they stick with the 350? It's notorious for being like the bread and butter of all engines, Chevy.
Because the stupid EPA CAFE fuel economy, they've thinned down the oil so much that it's not doing the job with the recommended oil. So the fix is go back to a 30 weight. No problem.
Are you talking about the new V8 engines in the trucks? The fix is putting a different oil pan in it that's shorter, doesn't leave a quart of oil whenever you change it, of dirty oil in there.
Yeah, but that's not what's killing them. What's killing them is the bearing tolerances are really, really, really thin.
Yeah, weak. It's not like a 350. Yeah.
All the new ones, no engine problems. That's because they switched to full synthetic 30 weight. All the older models, it took half and half before they switched to full synthetic or 20 weight. engine because of the connecting rod bearings, and we replace a lot of engines.
Oh yeah. Sylvia is the warranty administrator for Hyundai now, but
Oh,
she
I
made a
thought you
lot.
said Honda. I was going to say, wait a minute, that's the wrong oil.
Number
Okay,
2 is
Hyundai. All right, Hyundai, that's different. Okay.
Okay, I've got to toot her horn. She is the number 3 in the nation warranty administrator for Hyundai
out of 900
out of
dealers in the
900
country.
dealers in the country. So yes, I want to make her a 3rd place trophy or second place loser.
Just shut up.
Ah,
Wow.
congratulations. Yeah, congratulations, go. And number 3 is good. That's huge. All right. I thought you said Honda, and I was like, wait a minute. You got 0W20. You got, my son's uses something else, anyway. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Well, when I was doing small blocks, the old small blocks, they'd run on 4 psi oil pressure. They'd run without oil. A buddy of mine had 2 blown head gaskets, and he had to, drain the water out of it every day before he went home from work. The thing was running on coolant for lubrication. So the old small block was great that way.
Mm. If I did want a mini truck like in my background, I would want a screaming little Honda engine in there from maybe the 2000 something, because they're just rock solid and you could rev the crap out of them.
Okay, with all this oil discussion, I've been going to the dealership and just having my oil changed. I'm not even sure what they're using. What should I actually be running in this engine of mine, my Jeep? Just the standard 6-cylinder, whatever. Anybody have an idea?
I suggest you run full synthetic. Ever since I switched over to full synthetic, I've been having nothing but good luck.
Yeah, you got to go synthetic. And I hear from the big V8s, the Chevy engines that have the problem, they had to go heavier, but that was kind of like a Band-Aid for longevity. It's a Band-Aid.
I notice I don't get oil leaks through the seals with the full synthetic. I think it lubricates a whole lot better. It just seems to be the way to go if you want longevity. And I usually get quite 500,000, 700,000 on an engine before I'm done with it.
Okay, and what weight oil should I be running?
Well, I always use the weight oil they recommend, which right now it's like water. I think it's something like 5. It's a real thin, like they were saying, but they make all the passageways in the new engines for that thinner oil. If you try some of them, if you put too thick of oil in there, it doesn't make it through all the passages and get everything lubricated. They really screwed around because of the CAFE standards with engine design.
Oh, I haven't had a GM engine in 20 years, so I couldn't tell you what it says on the oil cap. I've been running Dodges and Jeeps for the last, might as well say, almost 2 decades.
My grandfather was a Dodge guy. I had a Valiant years ago with a slant 6 in it. And
Yeah,
that baby, that was a good engine. I killed that
Cool.
sucker.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool car. Yeah.
Yeah, it had no seatbelts from the start, so and an all metal dash.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I run all synthetic in every car, and the quads, and even the tractor because of the snow and the cold.
When I got that car, they had the old regular tires on it. They were not steel belted radial tires, and I had no experience with them. One morning, a Corvette pulled out on me, and I slammed on the brakes. I was going to hit him, so I tried to steer around him, and I got into a situation where the steering wheel was going all the way one direction and then going all the way the other, bouncing back and forth, and the tires were just hopping down the road till the vehicle slowed down enough that they started rolling again, and I had control of it. After that, I put the steel belted radials on it, and I never had that problem again.
All right, let's address this. Uncle John says synthetic at 3 times the price. No, it isn't. And if you change your oil, if you change your own oil and filter, you're actually doing it cheaper than a Quickie Lube place with synthetic.
I know a full synthetic, if you're paying somebody to do it, it's over $100 for an oil change.
No, you can get 5 quarts for $22 at Walmart.
Absolutely, do it yourself.
Patriot Paul was correct. The new Pennzoil Platinum kicks ass. You know, I never thought of Pennzoil before, but the new Platinum synthetic Pennzoil is really, really good. Pat's
Okay,
going to
so-
say no.
No, what I'm going to say is, getting back to Rollis's original question, you should run a straight weight oil in the summer, not in the winter. I mean, here in LA, I don't have to run winter weight oils because
No,
No,
you don't
freeze.
have cold start problem. Yeah.
yeah,
Cold start
So
is
if
the
you-
killer. You don't have cold start problems, but cold start is the killer of engines, and you need
Yeah.
that to get there right now. Yeah.
okay. So
All right,
Rollis,
keep going. I'm
if
sorry.
you take a 5W20, let's say, or whatever the manufacturer recommends, okay, cut out the W crap, and if they recommend a 5W20, run a straight 20 weight, as long as the temperature's not getting under 50 degrees. And then
Wow.
when winter comes around, put the multi-weight in, because you'll need that for the winter stuff. But for summertime, run a straight weight.
Fireworks are already going off for New Year's. Yeah, no, I mean here, it's going to get maybe freezing tonight. That's the first time this year so far. I mean, I'm in Jacksonville, so literally, I'm on the opposite side of I-10 from you. So, but it's a little bit. It does get a little bit cooler in the wintertime. You know, you'll have below freezing days, mornings. But even then, most of the time, the temperature will be up above freezing by by 10 or 11.
We're having a little
I
snow
got-
tonight.
This is so funny because Patriot Paul and me are on the same page with this new Pennzoil stuff and how it's made and everything. A lot of times we'll argue about other stuff, but he's dead on right there. Apply directly to the forehead. All right. And yeah, you go get 5 quarts of it, and then you get a good filter. Okay, it has to be a Napa Gold or a Wix. Those are my 2 favorite filters. I got machines right now that should have been changed last year, and they're still, the oil's beautiful, everything's good, and it's synthetic. There's a reason why you don't break in an engine with synthetic. It's too slippery, and that should tell you something. All right, Pat's going to disagree, but I'm sorry, Pat.
No, I don't know. I haven't run Pennzoil in forever. Last time I ran Pennzoil, I was chipping crap out of the underside of the intake plenum because it coked up so fucking bad.
We're only talking about Pennzoil Platinum, which is
Okay.
made out of natural gas, okay? And it's synthetic, and it is awesome. It's
All right.
probably the top dog out there right now. So there you go. A lot of people claim synthetic, and it's not really all synthetic.
Yeah, they sell blend. They sell synthetic blend, but I go with the full synthetic.
And then if you got really old engines with a lot of miles, do the high mileage because that will have stuff in it that lubes your seals and stuff like that. Pat's going to disagree, but I'm telling you.
Nope, that's fine. Look, as long as everything's okay, then it doesn't matter much. When things aren't quite right, then it makes a big difference. So, for instance, here in Los Angeles, where you start the car and it's 75 degrees outside and you got a straight rate oil, it doesn't matter whose brand it is. It doesn't matter.
But the oil filter does matter. I'm just saying. All right.
Yes, it does. Quite a bit. And it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, you almost got to take them apart.
Well, that's the thing. They've got these guys on the internet that tear down the filters for you and tell you lot numbers and all that good stuff nowadays. But any oil filter is better today than it was when I was a kid. I mean,
I wouldn't say that about Fram. Okay, just saying. Never put a Fram in your vehicles. I'm sorry.
yeah,
All right.
That was a dead giveaway when I was buying used cars. If I saw Champion spark plugs or a Fram oil filter, it's like, next.
Yeah. Don't put a Fram in your car. Please, God, no. All right. Wix and Napa Gold are really good. That's what I use. I don't know what's better than that. So, and they're not expensive. You know, you're talking about within a couple dollars. And you buy them on sale.
So I'm trying to remember the name. I think it was a PF17, which was this, I mean, 1.5 foot tall steel canister. Okay, and it had the replaceable cartridges. So the big one was a PF17, and you had to go buy the adapter plate to change from the spin-on to the canister type.
Yeah.
And this thing was like 3 quarts huge. And I put that on all my cars back in the day on the small blocks.
And I swear they used to toilet paper roll inside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, one thing I'm a stickler about is your filter and your oil. And, well, I don't know why.
No, it's the life of the engine.
It does, yeah. You know why some of these Japanese cars run for 500,000 miles? They use
Lost him.
Yeah, little robot, and then it went dead.
It's like he stepped on a trap door.
Yeah, exactly.
Poof, he's gone. What happened?
He was going to give away a secret, and they took care of him.
Yeah, they took care of him. They took him out. You know, one
The
thing I was
filter
going
mafia.
to bring up to Jim and plus everybody else. Can you imagine if Chevy and Toyota got together and they started producing these small pickup trucks like he's talking about with a manual windows and an AM radio and 2 rubber mats and a set of keys and a heater? I mean,
You can go with an AM.
$20,000. You have any? Can you imagine how many people would be lining up to buy those? I mean, there would be like stadiums filled with these 4-wheel drive dually pickup trucks just sitting there with green mold growing on them. Nobody would buy those anymore. No one.
Actually,
Everybody would be buying those fuel efficient little pickup trucks. Everyone would. Yeah. And you probably pick up a dually 4-wheel drive F250, F350 for, I don't know, 13,000 maybe. It's only a couple years old. Oh, it would ruin the market. It would absolutely ruin the market. We found that out in the 80s. I mean, back in the 80s, you could go ahead and buy little pickups like that. That's what Jim's talking about. And they went for, 3, 4, 500,000 miles. And what a lot of guys found out is that, hey, it hauls enough for what I'm going to do in one day. And, half the time that I'm driving it around, it's empty. 80% of the time that I'm driving that truck, I'm not really hauling anything. I'm just using it for transportation. So, those little pickup trucks, like I said, there would be a waiting list. You would have like 3 or 4 years out from you getting your pickup truck if they came out with pickup trucks like that ever again. They know that.
The little Chevy Loves,
Yep.
my Toyota, it was just Toyota 4x4 with a 4-cylinder that you could literally pick up
Yep.
by hand, 5
4
speed.
speed,
Mhm.
little 4-speed clutch. Yep. There would be people just waiting in line. In fact, there would be people that just stop payments. They would stop payments on their big 4-wheel drive trucks. They just call the finance companies, just come get it. Yeah.
Just put and you don't even have to put a radio in it. You just put a slot for you to drop your phone in, and if you want to listen to the radio, you can. If you don't want to, no big deal. Your phone does everything hell, my telephone has more than what my wife's what her system has in it, as far as the maps and all the gizmos and stuff. 90% neither one of us use, but nice having it. Okay,
Well,
guys,
like I
I'm going to off because Josh is probably going to want to go shoot some space pirates before he heads to bed, and he's using the room right now. So I will talk to you guys next week.
Good to see you, Ron.
Good luck with
See you later,
the space pirates. All right. All right. Take care. Take care, Rollis. Oh man, I don't know what happened there. I was plugged in and everything.
Uncle Jim, thanks for watching my crappy videos. I know it's hard to get through them.
Well, I'm not a cigar guy, but it's still interesting, you know.
I did the one of fixing the that propane heater. The thermocouple died on it, and I only got about 4 20-pound bottles through it, and the thermocouple died on it. I replaced that today.
Yeah, I saw that. And it was a switch for tipping over and stuff you had to figure out and all that.
Yeah, that switch, the tip over switch, was working fine. And I didn't know how much voltage it should put out. It was doing something when I put heat on it, but I put a little AA battery in there to put voltage to it, and that was enough to keep the spool locked over when you started it up.
Does that little sucker warm up your garage pretty good?
I'm not even in a garage. I'm on a screened-in patio in the back, and it warms it up really well.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right.
Now I bought another one just in case, and I thought, well, when it gets really cold, having 2 of those heaters going wouldn't be a bad thing. So, I got a kerosene space heater and 2 propane tank top heaters and a little electric jobby, and keeps you kind of toasty out here. I don't want to smoke a cigar in the house.
Oh,
I'm going to roll out, guys. I'll see you later.
We'll see you, Dave.
See you, Thor.
We'll see you next week.
All right.
bet.
Good night, Dave. Take care.
Peace out, man. Good night. Good night, Pat.
Good night,
I love that, by the way. That's awesome. You have to have a reflector sticker in the back of your truck that says that. That's awesome. With his picture. That raised eyebrow, like, hey, you too. Hey, you too. It's relative, buddy. All right, later.
A license plate with his face on it and that for the license. That would be awesome. You know how they do commemoratives? Just have someone in the prison whack one out. All right.
They still making plates in prison?
I guess they got to do something. Put them to work. Oh. So, I want little pickup trucks back. I'm sorry. And I agree with Pat. I want El Caminos and Rancheros back. I want to see station wagons again. We have SUVs, but I want the square station wagons back.
The family truckster.
Oh, I was heading to work yesterday, and there was a Kia. And the weird thing is, it's like they downsized their little SUV to the point that it looks just like a station wagon now.
Hell
The
yeah.
roof line's low.
Hotcakes. Hotcakes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So Kia's making an SUV, a little mini SUV, looks just like a station wagon.
Yeah, and if they do little trucks again, they're going to sell like hotcakes. The companies cannot avoid not being in part of it, getting a piece of the action because people want small pickup trucks so bad right now, so bad. If you look at any video on what might be coming, everyone's screaming for them. So if they're that stupid where they're not going to make it and they gotta sell you $100,000 trucks so they can make 30 grand on each, they're going to be screwed because they're going to be left by the wayside. Oh my God, Andy, is that really you? Oh no, it isn't. Oh, I fell for that.
Oh, that suckered me in too.
These bastards. Pat, did you catch a piece of that action?
No, actually, I was looking for a Holden Ute picture and I missed it.
Oh,
Well, I
jeez.
clicked on Andy. It was Andy with his background logo. And guess what happened? We got flashed with
So they picked on me last time.
we
So
got
we've got somebody we know is doing this.
Creative troll.
the only one I could think of. I don't want to say his name, but I don't think he would even go that low. Anyway,
What if it was Andy?
no, that wasn't Andy. So this is the second time they used Andy, and they used Pat once. And who else did they use? Anyway. All right, what do you got behind you? A Toyota that almost looks like a Honda in the rear end truck. Those Honda
That's-
trucks didn't last long. Yeah.
That's a Holden Ute.
Ute? Did you say Ute?
Ute.
What is a Ute? I know what a Ute is. Okay.
It's a,
I mean, you're a Ute.
it's a utility. So we came really close to having these. So they made them in Australia for forever.
I know they'll make them in Australia and Europe, and you're like, why don't that white car I had in the background earlier? That was in Europe. Why don't they sell them here? I don't get it.
We were going to get this in 2009.
That's
And
a
then-
good green.
Yeah, and then they decided to kill Pontiac, put some bitch in charge of Holden in Australia, kill the Australian company, and that's it. So, nope, gone. But yeah, did the fastest pickup truck lap on the Nürburgring. You get those with 405 horsepower standard, a little pickup bed, 2-door, 2-seater. Great little pickup. It's an El Camino, really. But you can't import them either because bastards. Oh, did we lose Jim? We lost Jim.
Yeah, Jim lost. Yeah, he's not moving. Yeah, these politicians and the lobbyists and the money and screwing the American people is just getting sick of hearing the story in it. Why can't they just let manufacturers make what sells and let people have what they want?
Because the manufacturers have figured out that you have to buy what they make.
Yeah.
So they don't try anymore. I mean, they don't look at their customers anymore. It doesn't care what we want. You're gonna buy what we tell you need. and you'll pay whatever we feel you should pay. Bastards. So I don't know, but then you got companies making stuff that I don't want, but it's neat, like Tesla. You know, somebody wants that. There's a customer for that car, and
Yeah.
Well, I figured it out. The perfect electric vehicle is a golf cart. They get to charge all night long. You know, every night they get a good charge. They are built for a purpose. They do it well, but you know, you're not taking trips in electric vehicles. That you know, when you could go and fill up how long does it take you to fill up a gas tank? You know, 15 minutes. And how long does it take to charge up one of them lightning? And then you see, oh, I'm going to tow my boat with it. And all of a sudden, you can only get 15 miles out of a charge. Worthless.
well,
All right.
where I'm at, you can't get, for most of the day anyway, you can't go faster than 35 on the freeway anyway, and it almost doesn't matter. You know, you might be better off with a bicycle the way it's getting around here. So around here, an electric car, if you're commuting 30, 40 miles a day, not a bad deal. But they're no fun. There's no soul. You know,
Yeah.
that's the thing that it keeps me old school. I mean, I really appreciate the electric crap, but give me a V8 with a manual transmission all day long. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want to drive. If I've got the little Hyundai Accent Purgatory commuter box in the driveway right now. If I don't want to have a good time, but I want to save money on gas.
Yeah, last year I bought a new Ford F-150, and until that was all said and done, I was close to 90. But I like the crew cab. It's a pretty good, useful truck, and I have other trucks, so I'm not driving it around when they got the salt out, because every vehicle I had died from salt.
All right, Pat, I got a question. You saw me just bow out. Totally plugged in, sitting here. Battery was good. All of a sudden blinked out. And now the battery is low, and I'm plugged in the whole time. Do you got any suggestions? Now, I think my son went in and checked the battery, and the last battery we put in was very picky about how it closes and everything. Could that have anything to do with this? Because I was charged. I was sitting here, and I just blanked out. My charger's fine. I'm plugged in.
Okay. Is this an old battery or a new one?
It's been a few years, so it's an older.
Okay, it's probably your battery.
I know, but if I'm plugged in the whole time, shouldn't it be running off the plug-in?
Yeah, but sometimes the wattage on the charger sometimes can be not enough.
Okay.
So, and then if it can't go to the battery to get some extra juice, you're done.
Okay, I think that's what's going on. It says, what, 30% right now, and I was at 90. Well, before I went 26%. And I was at 80 or 90 when I came back, and I was
All right.
just sitting here, and boom, it blinked. It went out.
Okay, how many watts on your charger?
Well,
It's on the little sticker on the bottom.
I might need glasses to read that. Are you kidding me? They put that, I can't tell you. They put it too small.
Well, you want about 75 at a minimum?
They make two for his. They make a 65 watt and a 90.
This is a 90 20 volt, 90 watt, 20 volts a day.
Okay, that should be plenty. And if it's not, those are cheap ass chargers. I don't know now. I haven't bought a charger for those in a long time. I probably have one on the shelf here I can send you.
No,
Um,
no.
They're like 10, $15, or they were a couple of years ago for that model. And if you can't find one, let me know. I've
No,
got a box for them.
it seems to be working. I'm thinking the last battery we put in here, it was really picky on how it clicked in. It wasn't right, and it wasn't right. We had to do it like 4 times. I'm thinking my son pulled the battery out to see what to order, and it's not clicked in right. So I can't do it tonight because we're on right now. But I was one thing about being in the garage without having power, but when I'm just sitting here with power, it just cut off on me.
Okay, is your charger, the little end of it, is it square or round? No, the end that goes into the computer.
Round.
Okay.
Sometimes those ports that you plug into on the board get knocked off the board a little bit.
Well, let me take it out and just put it back in there and kind of work it around, see what happens. Now the battery looks like it's trying to charge. It's doing that. Okay. This is weird. All right.
Especially if you got them plugged in and the cord gets kicked or something, sometimes it can
I know.
mess with the solder connections on the port.
What I hate about these is you can actually unplug it right here. Foof.
Yeah.
And you kick that sucker. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why they did it this way, but whatever. It's, you know. Anyway, it's just an anomaly I've been going through. So, all right, if the new battery doesn't work, I'll get it, do the charger also.
No.
28% available on the battery right now. So it's just, all right. Or the battery is already blown out. Well, the battery is weak because it would charge fast and die in the cold garage. Right now, the garage isn't cold. So, yeah, I know the battery needs changing. What's it been? 4 years, whatever. Sanchez is here. How's it going, Barnaby?
Hey, Barnaby.
Good to have you, Barnaby.
Problem is, I like to smoke, so I take the charger out with me, and everything was fine. But all day until it's just acting wacky. I think he messed with the battery, pulling it in and out. So I can't like shut this down and do it right now. But I think I got to put it in differently a little bit.
What brand laptop is it?
It's a Lenovo T400, I think, or T420.
T430S.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well, you gave it to me, and it's worked. It's worked awesome. You know, it's just I'm having a plug-in issue now. I think it's just the battery. Oh, Barnaby's trying to get over the flu. Oh, you poor bastard. Oh, don't give me no flu. No.
I was at a doctor, and boy, they were pushing shots on you. Oh my God! And then when you tell them you don't want them, they went, "Well, why don't you want them?" I had to tell the doctor. I had to say, "Look, you asked me if I wanted it. I told you I don't want it. I don't see why we're having this conversation as to why I don't want it. I just don't want it."
Patriot Paul. The son is getting me a battery for Christmas. All right, so get off my ass.
Less than 2 weeks ago, you have a new battery.
I know. I can't believe Christmas is here and I'm not ready. And when do we do the Christmas chat? Before or after? Pat?
Uh,
When do we do the
we
Christmas chat?
usually do it before,
So
and we
that'd
usually
be-
blow.
That would be about 3 days before Christmas, I think. If it was on a Saturday. Yeah. Okay. What do you think? Should we just do that? So next week is Christmas hat chat?
Okay. I've got my Christmas hats pulled out. I've got a brand new, I haven't worn it yet, ugly Christmas sweater.
I know, that was awesome.
Did I show them or just tell you?
No, I saw it. I saw it though.
Okay.
I got the ugly sweater. I just don't have the hat.
Well, just make something. You know, I've had several chats where I had a wrapped Christmas present on my head. I have no idea what I'm going to do this time. No idea. So we'll see.
I got my train set up out here and a little Christmas tree.
Train. Ah.
Yeah, I got a little train set up. It's too loud to leave it running when I'm on here, but it brought back some memories. Haven't had a tree with a train running around it in a long time. Haven't had a tree in a long time.
That's a good idea. We, I think one time we bought the son a train set and tracks. I hope he brought it with us. I don't know if he sold it off or whatever in the move. I'll have to ask him about that. He probably will never be able to find it, but that would be cool.
I don't know how well it'll show up. I'll show you.
Pat, did you ever have a train set?
Yeah, I think I did, but I mostly did Hot Wheels.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I did the little slot cars. Uncle John was a slot car guy too.
Yeah. And yeah, slot cars too.
Yeah. Remember the big slot cars?
Yes, they actually had you know how they got skating rinks? They had big ass slot car tracks up in
Yeah.
Ventura. There was a league for them and stuff.
Yeah. Uncle John took me to a place, it's like a club, where you had big slot car tracks. And for people that don't know, what were they, about 4 inches instead of the small ones? I've had the big and the small. The big ones are better because you can screw with them, and you know, you get, you know, it's not too tiny. Yeah. Then HOs, yes. The
Yeah, I
tiny-
remember those big ones.
yeah, the tiny ones you got to fiddle with. They're harder to fiddle with. The big ones, like, I believe they had like brushes on the front or something, and they were huge. And you had your whatever was going on in the time, 70s, whatever type cars. Is that your parrot?
Yes.
Holy crap. Oh, he's pissed or she's pissed.
That was the boy. That was Nemo.
Okay, what
Yeah, he's just being a little dick right now. It's
what does he want? Okay.
he, probably somebody to say hello. Now, you might start to hear piggy squeals because when he starts going off like that, he'll start banging his foot on the cage, and then he'll turn around and start fucking with the old lady. So he'll climb to the roof of the cage and swing like a bat, and it's like, you know, I didn't touch you, swinging at her, and she squeals like a little pig. It's funny to watch.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny.
So they got nachos. So I don't want to hear anything about poor birds, neglected. They got carne asada nachos tonight.
Oh, that gourmet.
Tin Man's here.
Hey, Tin Man, what's up?
Is that the real Tin Man, or are you going to get burned again?
I better not get a boner out of this guy. Yeah. So I should have known better. They did Andy way after he went to bed, and he looked like he was having a good time. Right. What time did he say his maid was coming? Anyway, all right. There's nothing like that flip up skirt. I'm just saying, all right. Just got done wrapping our cabinet doors with. Really? You wrap your cabinet doors with wrapping? What? All right. He's getting all festive. Yeah, Tin Man. Somebody came on later after Andy left as Andy, and I accidentally clicked on it. Kind of.
The flagpole was out.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, for the kids. All right. That's cool. Very festive, Tin Man. And I bet it's perfect because Tin Man actually likes to wrap presents. I hate it. I'm terrible at it. I hate wrapping presents. Tin Man's like, I actually like it.
Oh, I can see Tin Man with that tape of his, that fiberglass reinforced tape.
No, he's OCD though. He likes to wrap presents perfect. And I'm more of the guy like, it's foof. That's good enough a foof. Yeah. I hate wrapping presents.
When they came out with little bags with a name tag on them, that was it. That was cool.
That's cheating.
I know, yeah, we rarely do that, but it's super easy. Foof. And then you put a little of that paper on top and you can't see nothing. Yep. But it is lazy. Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worse than making videos at is wrapping presents.
I know my wife is so good at it. Hers are like, if you went to an expensive store and had it wrapped, that's what it would look like.
Yeah, I remember the old department stores. They used to do that for free around Christmas. Whatever you bought, you could take it downstairs, and they would wrap it up for you while you were waiting.
Mm-hmm.
And they did really nice job.
Yeah.
Mine usually has a bunched up end on it with a bunch of tape shoved over it. Maybe I run out of one kind of paper and there's a second paper kind on there just to go.
Patches. And then you go to the cartoon section of newspaper. Oh, yes. Yep. I don't believe that for 1 minute, Tin Man. You got to half-ass something out there.
Grandparents, when you got into the where they went through the Great Depression, and they would save the wrapping paper. They'd be real careful taking it off and fold it up and save it.
Now that's poor. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
My one grandmother, she used to get an orange for Christmas. That was their Christmas present.
Okay, Jag, I'll try that. You click on pencil edit button. I want to get rid of the 333 or whatever it is. All right, I'm going to try having a smoke again, see if we get cut off, but I think we'll be okay. We're going to figure this shit out. tomorrow or the next day.
I got my Christmas pipe out, and I'm smoking my Christmas tobacco. We Three Kings.
Change it to Uncle Askcast. Then you got to change yours to Possible Squib. All right, let me plug in and see if we stay alive during the smoke here. I'll get this figured out. It's one of the two things. Other than that, it's a great freaking laptop. All right. Is the battery moving? Yes, it is. We might be alive. All right. So, yeah. Tin Man is OCD. I can see how he likes wrapping presents. I just want to get it done. And it's like, sometimes it's like this, tape, there you go. And then I hide all mine behind the other good-looking ones. Yeah.
Those parrots are going off.
What is that noise?
The parrots.
Nope, that's not the parrots.
Oh, it ain't?
Nope.
Oh, I heard it squawk. It sounded like they were poking each other.
No, it sounds like air or something. Man's
Hey, Patriot Paul.
Yeah, I should get my pipe out. I got the MacArthur. I have the, what do you call the other, Missouri corn cob, and then 2 wooden ones.
All right, I'm going to mute because I don't think this is me, but we'll see.
Those Missouri Meerschaums are pretty nice. The corncob pipe, they're pretty nice. You're smoking some of the ones that would leave a flavor in a pipe. They won't do it to the corncob.
It might have been you, Pat, because it went away. You're still muted. That's okay. It's not that obnoxious, and I don't hear it now. Oh yeah, I do.
I do.
What does that remind me of?
An iron lung?
No, it's kind of like the sheets. I don't know. Anyway, where are we at? We could go. This could be a short chat. I didn't even want to. I had a huge headache today. I didn't even want to do a chat, and here we are, 3 hours 18 minutes. So that's good.
I was at a liquor store today. And Pennsylvania, they're state stores, so they're really terrible. But I saw a bottle of Sazerac. I thought, wow, let me give that a try. Not a bad rye.
No idea what that is. Maybe Pat knows. I have no idea. Sazerac.
So here's what I'm getting Sylvia for Christmas. I've already been told.
Oh, so she knows.
Yeah, I'm getting her a bucket of rat poison.
A bucket of rat poison?
Oh, that's gonna go well. That's gonna go.
Nothing says I love you like a bucket of rat poison.
Oh yeah, that's gonna go down good.
That's what she wants because our little homosexual fucking governor here has made it illegal to ship rat poison to California. So I gotta ship it to Nevada
Oh my
for
God.
Christmas and pick it up in Vegas. You know, it's like doing a drug deal. I got the neighbor watching for the package, you know, and but yeah, you can't get friggin' rat poison.
Of course, they want you to not kill rats because they're rats. You know, they're protecting themselves. Oh my gosh. Well, Tin Man, earlier in this chat, Pat had a number and everything for a computer.
Oh, he knows. I tried to get him to buy one for his sister, but
Okay.
um, that sucks, bastards.
I know. Why do they do that on Windows?
You know, I got a handy recipe for killing rats. It's pretty simple. You know, Arm& Hammer baking powder that you put in the refrigerator for odors and stuff.
And cornmeal.
Yeah, well, potato flakes,
Okay.
like for mashed potatoes. Mix 50-50, mix them together. They eat it, they're gone.
Yeah, but you can't beat the bucket. Okay, the bucket with the peanut butter on the swirling thing. My son put one by his car because they were getting in his car, and he's caught everything in that bucket. And now we don't have any rats in the rat traps in the garage. Yeah,
Okay.
a bucket of water with a spinning thing with peanut butter on it. They get on there, they drown immediately, and then you're hucking tons of them. Same with chipmunks.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, you don't have parrots that keep them as pets.
Yeah, that would be a good video. I'd like to see that.
The T-Rex rat traps are awesome. We got tons of those. However, you have not seen a Stairway to Heaven video in a couple years, have you? Because we're so efficient on the traps, Leon has nothing to play with in the Stairway to Heaven. Same with Minnie. They're starving.
You got to get them a rat for Christmas to take down into the Coliseum.
Wrap it in. Put a bow around its neck and do a slow motion of Leon just batting it right and left, playing with it before he eats his kill. Oh, that would be. I would like that actually. He would like that. That's funny. But I'm not going to hold a rat and put a thing on it. So maybe my son will do it, but no,
You
I don't want to get.
store-bought tame rats. Yeah, you could put a Hitler mustache on it if you wanted.
I don't want to get bit by a rat, so I'm not doing it. But poor Leon and Minnie, they're losing their nutrition because of the bucket out there. You know, that's really good protein for them.
Nutri-Rat.
Yeah, they'll eat everything but the entrails. You don't see a single thing but entrails. So we're talking claws, hair, everything. They eat it all. And Minnie likes the brain. You guys know that. She likes the brain.
Brains.
I'll be right back. I'm going to grab the little monsters because they started squeaking again. They want somebody to play with. Be right back.
All right. Let's see. Let's do some quoting here. Yeah, I can hear him just screaming. Yeah, we got to find out what Tom Brady's up to. His snake. Let's see if I can get back to my background with little trucks. StreamYard has been so funky. Let me add another one and see if this works.
Glad to see you decided to re-up.
I didn't decide. They just used my expired credit card. So you got to. Man, I still can't get a background. Okay.
How the hell does that go through?
What?
An expired card.
Those bastards will. Yeah, they'll try anything.
You can turn on the light.
Oh,
Otherwise, you're gonna lose something. Jesus Christ.
yeah, I can't do any backgrounds unless I got to back out of the chat to do it. Clicking all of them, none of them work. Let's try blur. Nope. Blur intensity. Nope, that doesn't even work. All right, so.
Oh, look at the birdies.
Oh, wait. Hello? Hello, this is Uncle Jim. Hello?
There you go.
Pretty bird. This is Uncle Jim. Say Uncle Jim. Uncle Jim. Uncle Jim. Oh, they're good looking.
Yeah, they are nice looking birds.
I bet they're Green Bay Packers fans because they got the colors.
Yeah, somebody mentioned it's the colors of the Irish flag.
Oh, there you go.
They're from the Amazon. So there's Uncle Jim.
Hello, it's Uncle Jim. You want a piece of chicken? Yeah, you do.
No, there's pizza out there. That's what they were making noise about. So there's
Okay.
some Domino's out there in the kitchen.
Jag wants to know how Tom Brady's doing.
Oh, we were gonna get him a rat today because it's been like above 80 for the last 3 or 4 days. So he's awake and peeking his head out and thinking it might be time for a meal. Usually he's asleep, hibernating, but
Okay.
it's been hot.
Yeah, you got to give him one for Christmas anyway. Yeah. Is there anything else he'll eat other than a rat or a mouse?
No, and he's picky on his rats. He wants dark ones, no white ones. It's
Okay.
dark ones. Tom Brady, Sylvia,
Yeah, no blondes.
no blondes. He wants dark rats.
Okay. Kind of like Uncle Jim in Chicago on the bus. All right. All right. We won't go there. I was hoping Scott would come on and Mario, but they didn't. They're gone. They're not here. Anyway.
Oh no, no! Don't be pulling that crap.
Pretty bird. Pretty bird.
Now they're looking for trouble. What they can grab off the desk and run away with. So
Nope.
it's time
And I noticed you don't have duct tape on them, so that's good. If you've seen the movie Dumb and Dumber, all right. Dark meat, yes. Have your fun, guys. Have your fun.
so
Okay, I'll be right back. I need to slide some nog. I'll be right back. All right, you guys keep it up.
So you go to the store and pick them out, the rats? Compelling video now. You can watch me smoke a cigar, pipe. Now, Pat, do you go pick out the rats to feed them, or do you order them and they show up from the mail?
Yeah, there's a reptile store. I don't know, about 10 miles from here. So you call him up, make sure they got one in stock, and he gets a medium rat. So you just ask him for a medium rat. They'll put it in a little box. Here you go. You pick them up by the tail, throw them in, and then, well, actually, you put the little box on top of the snake cage, and he can smell them. And it's like, we got a rat. So he'll come out, toss one in the cage. It doesn't take him long most of the time. You know, most of the time they're as lazy a pet as you can possibly imagine. Just sleep for weeks at a time. But if there's a rat and he's hungry, that fucker's fast.
Yeah, I imagine they conserve their energy when they can and use it all up when they're going to get some food.
Yeah, I think they're just plain low-key lazy, more than anything. That's just, now there's some snakes that aren't like that, but a ball python is just lazy, slothful.
How long does it take them to digest a rat?
About a week or two.
Wow, that long.
Yeah, so it's been a couple of weeks. Now they'll go 6-9 months without eating too. But
Yeah, I know nothing about snakes. When they eliminate, are there rat bones then? I mean, what comes out?
it kind of looks like a black Slim Jim. Okay, so they make a hunkin' turd, a rat-sized turd, maybe half rat-sized turd.
Wow. Yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah, pick up duty on the snake, but at least it's not that often. Not like a dog.
No, it's once every 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, snakes are slow about everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eating, pooping, everything is slow with the snake.
Now, the python, that's a constrictor, right?
Yeah, so he goes and he'll, snap at him from across the cage, grab him, then wrap around him and squeeze him to death, then swallow him.
Wow.
It takes him about 2-3 minutes to swallow a rat between it hitting the most of the time. Now, some of them, they want to be sneaky. They'll go hide behind his little house or, they're cagey little rats, but most of them are stupid. And the stupid ones, yeah, he'll take them out pretty quick.
I got something walking around the ceiling right now up above. I think we got a mouse up there or something. I hear him walking around.
Like inside the house in insulation.
No, this is the back patio, and there's the house roof that comes down, and then there's brown painted aluminum that look like boards that go across for a ceiling in here. And he's walking around those the aluminum up on the ceiling. You can hear him. And they're not in the house.
Yeah.
Out in the woods, it's hard to get away from things like that.
Yeah, now if you live in the country, you're gonna have mice problems. Always. Your cars, everything. They'll attack everything in sight.
I had corn. We used to feed the deer, so we had, a lot of corn. And I got like 5 motorcycles in the garage, and I've pulled corn out of the tailpipes.
Yeah. I was gonna put screens on my tailpipes out there. Because every once in a while you'll start her up and shit goes flying out the and then you smell barbecue. Yeah. Yeah. So did Tin Man and Mrs. Tin Man go night night? All right. Oh. Yeah. So you're always going to run into that out in the country. Chipmunks, those bastards. Hey, Tin Man. Okay. Chipmunks can be a pain in the ass too. I used to think they were really cute, and oh, look at how cute they are. No, no, not at all.
I'll tell you what's a pain in the ass is raccoons. So they're not the cute cuddly kind of things. They fuck with the neighbor's dog.
Oh.
I wouldn't mind the raccoon and the garbage so much, but fucking with the neighbor's dog at 3 a.m.
Uh-huh.
And then that's the thing. There's feral cats around here too, but nothing climbs like a raccoon. I swear to God, straight up the side of a building onto the roof with no trouble.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, and they got those little hands. They can get into some shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't have them around here. We have skunks, but not raccoons.
We got skunks, possums, and raccoons, and rats, and we don't have mice though.
Well, at least they're serving a purpose.
Yeah.
Now, LA is supposed to be, I thank you, Gavin Newsom, the rat capital of the United States now.
Starting with the leader. Yeah.
Bastards. So, yeah, I don't get it. It makes no sense.
Well, Newsom's in trouble for something. I forget what it was, but he's in trouble for something right now. So, I don't know.
I think it's his campaign manager was embezzling money.
Okay. I knew they had some kind of dirt lately.
Yeah, they can't keep their fingers out of the cookie jar, can they?
Okay. So here's Tin Man's got a question. So, depends on your budget, Tin Man. Like I was trying to tell everybody, if you get server grade Intel, a couple generations back, then yeah, you can kick ass on a Ryzen for cheaper. But if you're gonna buy new in the box, then AMD is the way to go, because Intel can't get their shit together on the consumer grade stuff.
Yeah, I had Intel for like 20 years, and they could never get their shit together. I mean, the stock. I had that stock for like 20 years, and it did nothing.
Well, Patriot Paul, you must be talking about river rats. Different type of. What's the official name for them? Rosina. Oh, what are they? Anyway. Fun to hunt, though. What do you guys do on all that computer stuff? Hmm?
Index 2.5 million PDFs.
Yeah, but what do you do with all that stuff?
That's for me. It's a tool for work. It's like, why do you need a 36-inch lathe? Well, because every now and then you're going to get a 36-inch long job. And me, I got this thing because every now and then I've got a big crunching job.
Yeah, most of I just surf, watch movies, and that's about it. So
Yeah, and TurboTax.
no, don't do
No,
turbo.
for Tin Man. He's just surfing the web at most, running Fusion 360.
Hmm.
I had to break out an old laptop to deal with the government websites for the unemployment stuff. And man, waiting for that thing to boot up is a killer. And I've been using an iPad and I've been using the phone for so many years, going back to those laptops and waiting for them to boot up. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the government websites are so crappy, they won't run on Android and they won't run on the Apple stuff. You got to have a PC. And even then, they're crappily written. They're just terrible websites.
That's true. When I did our SBR online, oh my God, it took forever. Lagging, reboot.
Oh, and then if it wants to do those freaking Windows updates, geez, oh, Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, it surprised me how I got used to using the iPad and the phone
Hmm.
and got away from the computers.
Yeah, I'm a monkey. I just do the iPad. iPad, iPhone. I don't need, all the stuff you guys need on computers. I don't do that. So
Well, I hardly ever play any games because I just feel like it's such a waste of time. When I'm playing a game, no matter if I'm enjoying it or not, I just feel like there's something better I could be doing, even though I wouldn't be doing anything. It's just for some reason I feel like I'm just wasting time playing a game.
I play poker when I eat. So I'll hit the iPad, play some poker while I'm eating. I don't know why, but I like to play poker while I eat. So two things at once type deal.
I used to read the newspaper when I ate. We got rid of the newspaper because $300 a year. It was over $300 a year, and it by the time it was printed in a newspaper, I already knew it because I read it online.
Yeah, are newspapers still a thing?
Yeah, they still they're dying, but they're still out there.
Pat, did you add that, or are we going to get another crutch?
Nope, that was me.
Okay. That's as big as I can enlarge it.
Yeah, I'm sharing the screen, so
Is that storage on your hard drives?
no, that's the 80 CPU cores and the 532 gigs of memory.
Good Lord.
And so the point I'm trying to make is, hold on, let me get out of that, is you can unshare me now. Or, I don't know how to do that.
I got it.
There we go.
That's a lot of cores.
So Tin Man, you can do that for well under $1,000. And so that's what I'm trying to say is if you get the stuff that takes the server grade Intel stuff, then it's cheap on the secondary market.
Would the normal programs for like processing video take use of all those cores? Or is that a deal where you got to have special software that's going to actually use the cores?
For most stuff, it doesn't. For most stuff, things you run are only 1 or 2 cores. But let's say you were editing a video file and changing the resolution on it, it'll use all the cores. Or if you're 3D printing and you're slicing a model, it'll use all the cores, or at least half. So it makes a difference for that. But if you're running Internet Explorer with 20 windows open, it doesn't matter. For example, TurboTax wouldn't matter. It'll use 1 or 2 cores. It just means you can have more crap open. And for me, it's when I'm running a big job, like sorting a couple million files. It makes a difference. It'll use all the cores for that. And the difference is it could be the difference between 2 weeks and 12 hours, to have all that stuff.
That's 12 hours with all that hardware, man. That's God.
"20 windows? Are you crazy?"
So the other thing for right now is you can run local AI. So they've got these chat bots and stuff on the internet. But let's say you're wanting to do something for a business and you can't have it go leaking customer information out to the internet. You got to run it local. And so my machine's too slow to be a money-making business machine, but for a test case, it's okay. I can run a local AI model on here, and it keeps everything private, so you can run stuff on one of these AI models. Now, what I found is it's all hype right now. They ain't worth a shit. Best way I can tell you. So one of the things I needed was an AI model that could look at a insurance policy and see if there was a problem with the language on it. No, AI is not ready for that. Not yet. It'll tell you it's ready for it. It'll pretend like it's ready for it, but it'll fuck up and hide its mistakes. And yeah.
Yeah, it seems like AI is a little rotten bastard.
It's like a know-it-all 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little rotten bastard.
Yeah. So now there's some things it's good at. I don't get me wrong. There's some stuff like I don't know. I was messing with Grok, and for programming, Grok is fine. For advice on obscure Linux commands and procedures, it's not bad. It won't get you in trouble, but it might not do what you want it to do. It's 10 times better than Google. Let's put it that way.
Well,
So if you're,
old Google versus current Google. The old Google was awesome.
yeah,
The current Google is a piece of crap.
right.
But I remember any telephone that I wanted to put a number in there, the old Google would tell me who owned it. Then they're like, oh no, we got to make money on that. So it's behind a paywall.
Yep.
That's worthless to me because phone books were delivered to your house and you could look up anything. And that's all I need. They took that away from us. Maybe the AI could build that up.
I haven't tried looking up a phone number. They're real cagey about that, though. I mean, I was talking to Jim the other day. You know, Grok got in a lot of trouble for giving hypothetical rape instructions.
What instructions?
Rape.
You can't
Seems
even,
like some things wouldn't need instruction, but I guess.
We'll know how to break into some guy's house and what the proper time would be, and you know what kind of theft tools you're going to need, that kind of thing. But anyway, got into a lot of trouble about that. They had turned it off for a little bit. It's filtered, so people were just trying to see how weird they could get.
I don't think you can say the R word on YouTube anymore.
I just did. Maybe,
Okay.
yeah. Maybe we'll get cut off. Maybe on a live stream. Yeah, we'll see. It's like showing a pistol using the R word.
And they're starting to hack the crap out of movies. I mean, they cover up so much stuff in a movie, it almost destroys it, and language. But yet they show other stuff. What? Anyway.
The newest AI ones that I'm seeing are videos of birds taking little kittens over to the mother and then giving them a raft of shit of what the little one was caught doing and what a lousy parent the mother cat is.
Oh, there's all sorts of wild stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously fake because I've never seen a real parrot, be able to string sentences together like that, but it gives you a chuckle.
The thing that's pissing me off is it's slop. So if all us guys like to watch the History Channel and that kind of thing. You want to pop on a documentary to go to sleep to, something, obscure like, Pearl Harbor or something. It's a 2-hour video on Pearl Harbor. Cool. I can knock me out in 15 minutes. But now they've got these AIs and they just suck.
Yeah. They'll drag it on forever, for one.
Mm-hmm.
Get to the story. I'm trying to go to sleep here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to ask the son a question. Hang on. Let me mute.
Okay, so Paul, I'm running Linux right now. I got Windows in a window if I need it, but it's ready for prime time. You can run Linux for your daily desktop.
What flavor of Linux are you running?
Right now I'm running Ubuntu because I've got an NVIDIA graphics card.
Yeah.
And Ubuntu has decent drivers for that aren't open source. So if I was running a different graphics card, I'd probably run Linux Mint. But with an NVIDIA card, Ubuntu's the best one.
back when I was messing around with Linux, the problem I had was I couldn't get any drivers for any printers. I would have actually had to buy a printer that I could get a driver for, and I wasn't going to do that.
Okay, that's a long time ago, and they got it figured out now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
It was a pretty good system, and then once you learn the command lines and your slashes are backwards and everything, and I had a real big screw up with adding drives and not doing that cue at the end for writing it down, so you turn it off and turn it back on, and now your whole file system's corrupt.
they pretty much figured all that out now.
Did they?
So, oh yeah, it's easy. I remember when I first ran Linux, CD-ROM drives weren't standardized yet, and it was 6 months of hell to get a CD-ROM to work, and then, sleepless nights trying to get a modem to work, and now it's all easy plug and play, easier than Windows. All the drivers are built into the kernel, so you don't have to go find a driver.
Yeah. That's nice.
So I was messing around with a software-defined radio card that I was cleaning up a shoebox full of old crap, and it's like, I bought this about 10 years ago. So there's 3 applications to run it, and it's recognized right off the bat. And Windows won't even talk to it.
Okay, Pat, I just talked to my son. He said, yes, I did fuck with the battery on the laptop here. And this particular one, you had to play with it, how it clicks in to get it just right. So maybe that's the issue. Because right now it says I'm fully charged. Oh, why? Anyway, we'll figure it out.
Well,
Now-
it's nice you have a good clue where to go.
Yeah, I knew he screwed with the battery though, because
Okay, you can pull your battery out while the thing's plugged in right now, and it won't go down.
well, for some reason it didn't like it, I haven't tried it that way, but it didn't like the way it was put back in. Anyway, Patriot Paul, I didn't see that one. Where was that? But in Britannia, the UK and Britannia, there was an illegal alien that grabbed a young girl, like a 16-year-old girl, illegal alien, grabbed her, tried to kidnap her, and a bus pulled up. Thank God, because they don't have proper police. A bus pulled up, and people are like, "Stop! Wait! Let me off the bus. Let me help this girl." And they pulled the guy, they stopped it, and he turned out total illegal. You know what he was going to do with her. And so there you go, Patriot Paul. If you heard about that one happened yesterday, whatever. And the people are up in arms. They're pissed. They're tired of all this illegal alien BS. But yeah, that could have been your daughter. You know what happens to the nuts of those guys if I ever caught them. Anyway.
Well, they better get their crap together and get things straightened out quick, because they're ready to take over with their horse shit.
Okay, so Patriot Paul said it happened here. All right, I didn't hear that story, but I haven't been watching the news today. Interesting.
My first question is, what is Wakelandia?
I know, me too. Yeah, Wakelandia. No idea. They can't find the guy? Are you kidding me? Come on, they got facial recognition. If they really wanted him, they would have got him. Eating dogs, eating. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. I love that song. That was hilarious.
Yep.
And we're back to we're back to Minnesota now. All kinds of good stuff going on there. Michigan, Minnesota. How did you ever let those people in your state? How? Why?
Wasn't it one of the yogurt companies that brought a ton of them in?
To where? Minnesota?
Yeah. You think I could have the facts screwed up, but I remember there was a story maybe 3 years ago about one of these yogurt companies that brought shitloads of them in to work in their factory for slave wages.
Uh-uh.
And they took over the town,
No, that can't be,
started electing themselves.
it can't be true because most of them don't work. They're all on welfare, and that's part of the investigation right now. They don't work. They don't assimilate, and 80% of them are garbage. Get. So anyway, there are a few.
They got all this money for these bastards, and then they want to tell you, oh, Social Security's starting to run out of money.
No. But there are a few that want to become citizens and they speak perfect English. They want to be a U.S. citizen, but that's only like 10%.
You know, they could do a lot of good for their home country if they want to succeed. They speak English. You know, they figured out what the U.S. is all about. If they go home, they could do a lot of good.
Well, they're already doing good because they're spending, they're sending all this money that is all ripped off from our taxpayers well, the taxpayers in Minnesota. They're sending their families in Somalia money. So they are doing good for their families. They're just not doing it the right way because they're ripping the taxpayers off. So they don't assimilate. If you're not going to assimilate, you're not going to speak the language. And if you're, how do I say this? A certain religion, we don't freaking want you here because they want to take over. That certain religion around the world wants to take over right now. And that's why we got to stop this crap. Europe is screwed. Switzerland, anyway. All right, should we all go to bed now?
I'm ready to crash.
4 hours. I couldn't believe I did an hour. Okay, I was so tired tonight, and I appreciate you guys coming on.
Well, thank you for coming on, Uncle Jim. I appreciate it. And thank you again for watching my terrible videos. I know they're not interesting to you, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, I'm not a cigar guy, but I found certain things interesting about that. You know.
Well, I'm planning on doing all three guns, tobacco, and alcohol. So.
Yeah, I didn't know how to judge a cigar for the draw and everything else and all that stuff. So I found it interesting.
It's a hobby in itself.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah, I stopped smoking cigars when the hipsters got into it for a while there.
Yeah, their little thing of whiskey and a cigar to be cool. Next to a 1911, they'd post pictures. You guys remember that?
Yeah, I just remember when cigars went from $3 to 11.
Well, then you had all the gun guys that had to post a picture of their 1911 with a cigar and some really good whiskey in a little glass, and they were posers. That's all they did.
Yeah.
That was what, 10 years ago? Everyone was doing it. It's so old. It's so
I missed that, but I could make one of them.
Yeah, well, they all were doing that at the time.
I give you a list. See what gun do you want?
It's like, hey, take a shot of the whiskey, flick the cigar, and go out and shoot the damn thing instead of posting pictures about it. All right. Oh. All right, Pat. Thanks for coming on also.
Good seeing you, Pat.
Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll see you next week, and we'll figure out when Christmas chat is going to be. Christmas hat chat. I don't know what to do. So I guess I'll announce it in a video, but what do we do? A couple days before? I don't know. Or the day after or whatever.
Either works.
All right. Let's figure it out. I'll put a video up and announce it. I have no idea. I'm kind of humbugged this year. I don't know why. All right. Side chat. Love all you guys. Love you a lot. And until next time, here we go with the foof and foof.